Happy New Year, listeners, and welcome to this microwaved version of the Supernatural Occurrence Studies Podcast.
So, past tense paranormal.
My name is Jason Knight, host of the show, and with me, as always, is
Oscar Spector.
producer extraordinaire and podcast co-host. Well, listeners, not only Happy New Year, but Oscar, happy birthday, man. Big 4-0. What?
Hey, what? Why are you
what?
lying? Why you can't do that? You're lying. I wish I was 40 because then I'd be like, great, I don't have to deal with my 30s anymore.
30s are done.
30s are done. No, I'm 37 officially.
37. Wow.
Officially 37. And yeah, this happened yesterday, actually, as of this recording.
You are a New Year's baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was yesterday. So hopefully everyone had a fun, safe time. If not, if you didn't have a safe time, as long as you're still alive by today, then I'm happy for you. But hopefully you all had fun. I know it's COVID, so everyone probably stayed home. A lot of people did. I know you did, Jay.
Yes.
But hopefully people didn't go out to spread diseases. But anyway, whatever you did, hopefully you had fun. I certainly did. And Happy New Year to everyone.
There you go. We are still on our vacation, our little hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
But we said we were going to come back and give some reheated episodes, some of our favorite episodes.
True.
From the past, and we have one this evening. And before we get into some of the reasons why I chose this particular episode to reheat, how was your Christmas? What's been going on over the last 2 weeks?
That's right. Over the last 2 weeks, we've had two major holidays
since the bloop.
Since the bloop, right? Since the re-release, redux, whatever, remastered bloop. Yeah, Christmas was very. It's not dissimilar to any other year. We kind of celebrated Hispanic, so we celebrated the night before, so Christmas Eve. We go with family, ideally, and we open presents and stuff like that at midnight, sorry. And so we did that.
Oh, really?
And there was a little bit of going to the in-laws, so to speak, with Lexi Raven's family. So I did some of that. Almost equal parts, honestly. There was a lot of back and forth driving there, meeting people and stuff like that. It was fine. Not too big crowds or anything like that. It was a small amount of people, but it was both days, back and forth. But yeah, it was fun. It was full. It was busy, but it was fun. How about you?
Yeah, if the holidays weren't busy, it wouldn't be the holidays, right?
Right.
That's interesting, the Christmas Eve at midnight thing. A lot of the Italians, they do the same thing. It's Christmas Eve. That's the big day. Christmas
really?
Eve.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I wasn't raised that way. Christmas Eve is a nice dinner, absolutely.
Right.
Presents.
Really?
And
you weren't?
The very close family is always Christmas Day. Always Christmas Day.
In the morning, you mean?
Yes, absolutely.
Got it. No,
so of course
I've never had to wait in the morning for anything.
Really? To me, that's so strange.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people who do. A lot of my
sure.
friends are Italian, so Christmas Eve. But no, for us, it's Christmas Day. It was great. I mean, it was. We didn't have to rush around this year. We usually do at least 3 houses between Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and we can't just sit and enjoy each other and let the kids play with the toys after they open them Christmas morning, because usually it's okay, you open your toys, clean up all that shit, let's go take showers, we got to go.
Wow. Yeah.
It sucks. So this year it was great. We stayed home. My mom came over. I made a real nice dinner. We Zoomed with family members from all across the country. Very different, but I love the laid back. That's how the holidays should be, where you can just enjoy each other.
You're all in jammies all day.
Dude, I don't even know if I brushed my teeth. No, I did. But yeah, it was great. I mean, my credit cards are smoking, but it was great.
Fucking mine's too, bro.
Mine's too. Yeah, when the kids
let's talk about that. I know that. I mean, we're Americans, so we're materialistic. So let's talk about that a little bit. Anything you got that was particular to you? You want to highlight, maybe?
I thought it was really sweet. My daughter was first she with her own money, with her own chore money.
Yeah,
she does chores every week, and we have an app called Busy Kid. And I could load, she has her own credit card. She could have spending money on her credit card, or she could have money that she invests in micro shares of major corporations like Disney, Amazon, Apple, things like this. So she used her own home chore money and bought me a bunch of candy, wrapped it, stuffed my sock. But she got me this, I think it's by Time. It's
Time Magazine?
Yeah, it's over here. Hold on. I'm going to slide for a second away from the mic.
All right, I'll just keep talking and saying gibberish nonsense. Did you guys know that the word gibberish comes from the Greek philosopher Hans Gerbernklein? And okay, sorry, he's back.
I'm back. And I can show you. Listeners can't see this, of course, but it's the complete guide to unsolved mysteries. There you go, right there.
That's pretty cool.
Right?
It's like a comic book.
So she wrapped it up. She gave it to me and she said, Daddy, I thought you could look through this for ideas for your podcast. And I just thought it was so sweet, so that's
really sweet. No, that's really nice.
That got me right in the feels. So I love that, but I got, I got a Ring doorbell. I have an Alexa lock for my front door now, so I could lock and unlock. It's Waze, excuse me. But I could unlock and lock my front door with Alexa through the Waze lock, things like that.
That's cool. Yeah, you're getting all privacy out the window, and yet you're increasing your privacy at the same time. It's like a weird juxtaposition of both things.
I love technology. I got a couple more cameras.
Toys are by far the best thing ever. I love gadgets.
Yes.
All that stuff.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah. Even if I don't use it, I want it. I just want them all. Yeah,
exactly. I don't know where I'm going to put these cameras.
Right.
I don't know what I'm going to do, but I have.
I don't know, but it seems like you could start a live webcam of something salacious anytime you want. Anytime you want to, Jay. You can start something.
JasonKnightCam.com.
Mm-hmm.
.adult. Yeah. I don't know. But
Jason
it was great.
Morning.
Jason Knight in the morning. Take it off for a quarter. And the problem is, as the kids get older, their Christmas lists get more and more expensive.
Yeah, I would say so. The list could be shorter, but the items are fatter and harder to get. Yeah.
But so the kids pretty much got what they were looking for, and that's my job. What are you gonna do? So it was great.
Yes, it is. I guess good job. No, that's great. That's awesome. Anything particular you're proud of that you got someone like you're like, oh, I really thought of that. That was all me. Anything like that? I'm not trying to put you in the hot seat, by the way.
No, nothing that creative.
No,
nothing that creative.
Okay.
I got my daughter a new laptop.
Damn.
But that's not creative. She needed it. So
no, that's heavy. That's a heavy one.
Yeah, it's a good one. So, nothing super creative this year.
Right on. Well, on that one, I would say that the one thing I like that I got this one is that I got Lexi it's pretty expensive actually when you think about it, but it's I got an artist to commission to do a painting, a custom painting for her for the house. Technically, it's a painting of a picture of our two sugar gliders.
Oh, how cool!
I picked the cutest picture, where one of them is like sleeping and the other one's like looking into the camera kind of photo.
Yeah.
And I picked that, and the artist painted it. It took like 3 weeks. She did it on acrylic paint on a real canvas or whatever they do it on, and I got the frame and everything.
Does it look nice?
It looks really nice. I will show you a picture of it because I realized you don't have Snapchat. I send it to everyone on Snapchat, but I will send it to you personally.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got that for her, and she freaked out. Of course, that was my favorite one probably. As far as what I got, well, I got a cool Roku soundbar. I don't know. Did you hear about this thing? Pretty cool. Got that thing. That was a lot of fun.
That was my Christmas birthday gift to you.
Right. No, super thank you. Obviously, love that thing. Otherwise, I got gizmos, of course. Like the Roku soundbar is a gizmo for sure. It counts. I would say what another one that I got that counts is this monitor that I'm watching you on is technically a Christmas/birthday present from my friends and my brothers.
Wow.
And because they all joined in to pitch in for it. And then I got a second monitor from my family, and I'm using from my PS4 right next to this monitor. So there you go. And obviously it goes really well with the thing I got myself for Christmas, which is the new computer, the Mac Mini one.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of gizmos. Yeah.
That's what Christmas is gizmo now.
Dude, I love me some gizmos. If I didn't have an Apple Watch, I would probably buy that for myself by now, but I do have one. I feel so privileged, and yet I'm like, why am I getting all this stuff? I'm not exactly in the high percentile of richness here, but it's okay. My aunt, so my family, real quick, my parents took my nephew, and they drove to Mexico for. Wow. This is before Christmas. They came back before Christmas, like 2 days before, but they were gone for like 2 weeks, and they drove down there. And And I guess on the way back, my aunt, who I have an aunt who's now a painter, and she painted me something unique for the new apartment here. So she painted this big canvas thing. It's like a maybe I'll send you a picture of that too. But it's like it's definitely her art. I've always known her art. She's painted for a long time,
Huh.
and she did that custom for us. She did it in 2-3 days too. It was like I don't know how she does it. But
What
yeah,
a thoughtful. That's a thoughtful gift.
very,
That's really
very
cool.
nice, right? So I got that too. That's why sentimental wise, that was like the highest one. So yeah, totally. It's a good,
Nice.
good time. Good time. Yeah.
Love Christmas. Love me some Christmas.
Yeah, honestly, I just tried staying drunk on this like certain level of drunk the whole time. I couldn't stay,
dude.
obviously, because there's sleep involved. Sleep kind of takes it out. But like, yeah, it was great. I was just drinking my weight in eggnog
There you go.
and coquito.
Yeah, the coquito. Oh, that shit is good. Yeah. I don't know. The New Year's kind of same thing. Low key, cooked a nice meal, did a couple Zooms with the family, Zoom, and rang in the New Year and went to bed because I was pretty drunk on New Year's.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah.
I Christmas and New Year's I did the same thing. I opened a bottle of wine and I finished the bottle of wine, along with a couple.
Never left your side. You didn't even grab a cup, did you?
Never left my side. I was at a couple old fashions. I had a few beers in there. I was feeling no pain at all by the time New Year's rang in, so I was ready for bed.
That's awesome.
And now the holidays are done, packed up, moving on.
Yep.
Although we keep our Christmas tree up till January 7th, which is Ukrainian Christmas, because I'm Italian and Ukrainian.
Yes.
So we keep our Christmas tree up till January 7th, and then it'll officially be all over. And move on. Start looking for next year.
Right.
Saving for next year.
But yeah. And you're not into like resolutions and shit, right? You're like, yeah, just do it whenever.
I'll do it whenever. Yeah,
yeah,
a
exactly.
big one is getting back into shape, eating better, losing weight.
Yeah, that's where a lot of those companies make the most money at this time, I believe. Like a lot of like gyms. Yes. A lot of gyms make the most money at this time. A lot of new people get in. I assume those prices will dip, right, because of COVID. But or sales, I mean, not prices. But yeah, I know a lot of people do that.
Yep.
I'm not one of them. I'm not into like, oh, New Year's is when I start. I don't believe in that shit. Just do it whenever the fuck you want, fat fuck. So that's what I am. I just gotta have the motivation. That's all. January 1st is not like a day of motivation. Right. You know, I don't get more motivation that day.
It never lasts. If you do it that way, it never lasts.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, other than that, just working on scripts for the new episodes.
Yes, we are
starting February 15th.
And if you're a Patreon listener, you've already heard a touch of a new facet that we're going to be having into the main feed, starting, especially when our hiatus is done, regarding certain little effects on episodes.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Little fun things. Yeah. Some people
trying to improve. Yeah.
Yes. Trying to improve. Exactly.
Very good. So yeah, that's about it, man. That's about it.
Yeah.
Did something a little fun, a little crazy last night. Katie braided my hair.
I saw a picture.
I had 4 cornrows going down my head.
Yep.
Did not think
I'm gonna put that on Twitter.
Oh God, please. Mm-hmm. We were drinking, listening to music. Katie's like, I bet I could braid your hair. I said, there's no way my hair's long enough because I haven't had a cut since March, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I could do it. So fine. And sure enough, my hair's that long. So I decided I'm gonna let this shit grow out. I'm not cutting my hair. Not gonna do it. I'm gonna have a long, luscious mane, Oscar.
I want you to have a mane. I want you to be Main City over there. I
will. I'm going to. It's going to be great. 1970s, here we come.
The only time a businessman can have long hair.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I was telling Kay, I'm like, man, I don't think I've had this much hair in like 20 years. I always kept it high and tight for work, professional looking. I'm done with that. Done with that noise.
Do you think you would have gotten into trouble if you left it long back 20 years ago?
I don't think so, but it just looked more professional.
I hear you.
That's all. But I'm done with that noise.
No, you are. You work from home now. This is a different world. You're in a post-COVID land. You're not succumbed to going to no office and no fucking meeting.
Nope.
So, yeah.
Nope.
At least not in person anyway. Just virtual.
That's right.
Should we get into our contacts?
Yeah.
That's
Contacts.
something we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we could. Right.
I don't know. Are we still doing it for the reheated? I guess we are. Right?
Yeah. Nah. We'll
don't have
skip
to?
it. We'll skip it this
All right.
one.
Then I'll just give this one announcement regarding our information and on contact. Is that on Twitter? Be sure to stay up to date on our Twitter. I know we don't use it very often, but I have been once a week at least. I give updates as to hopefully the day before I try to say it, if not the day of, when I'm recording, doing some Twitch streaming gameplay on there. If you're interested, that way you are there when if you can make it, of course, and you're not like, oh fuck, I missed it because I didn't know when he was going to get on. This way you can know a little bit. Just follow our Twitter, which is what, Jay?
At Chicago Ghosts.
That's right. At Chicago Ghosts. Check us up there for updates on just the Twitch stuff, because I still do that every Tuesday, and I try to do it every Wednesday as well, but that's been more optional lately. But now that the holidays are gone, I imagine I can get back into it both days regular.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to jump on. I'm going to try to jump on.
Yeah, but everyone, I'm still trying to get Jay on. Don't worry. I'll keep trying every week.
I was close last week, but
yeah,
some work stuff got in the way.
That's what she said.
Mm.
Just saying.
So, the reheated episode, Oscar, I chose episode 50.
That's right, 50. You really want...
Episode 50, live from Dennis Hof's Alien Cathouse.
I just remembered. You were like jonesing at the idea that you wanted this episode to be the 50th episode.
Yes.
You were like, Oscar, and I was like, no, I think it's the 49th. Like, we have to make another episode then so we can make it the 50th. I'm like, okay.
That's right.
Because like it in the timeline of our trip, it wasn't in that order. We had to move it around to make it fit on the 50th. And I'm like, Jay, what? Why? And you're like, Oscar, it has to be the 50th.
That's funny. I forgot all about that, but you're right. Yeah.
I'm like, fine. I'm like, I'm not going to argue.
Yeah. Yeah. And that episode originally came out on September 18th, 2017 as our 50th. And when we come back from our vacation here on February 15th, we're coming back to episode 130. So that's how long ago this episode 50 was. It's crazy to think about, is my point.
No, it is. It is nuts. And considering that we do 52 weeks in a year, but we only do half of that, so about 25 episodes or so a year. That's a it's a chunk.
Yeah.
Of time. Yeah, but why did you pick this episode?
So episode 50 is the perfect example of long planning, trying to get things into order, get those wheels turning. Everything's looking great. I think I was working on setting this up for 2 months prior to recording it live.
Yeah, I remember we usually had Dennis Hof as an interviewer, right, at some point.
Yeah, well, I have a story about that. Yeah. It's a perfect example of that episode where you put everything into it to make it work just right, and what you thought was going to happen completely did not happen, but it still came out to be a really funny episode and informative as well.
A little too much. We found out too much about each other, is what he's trying to say.
That's right. Yeah. We thought we were going to go in and get these ghost stories, these paranormal experiences from the workers at this famous cat house, right? Did not turn out like that at all, but we still got great interviews with two of the girls that work there, Layloni and Taylor Gates. Taylor Gates. And we also interviewed Richard Hunter, the marketing director for all of Dennis Hof cat houses. And in case people don't know, Dennis Hof became really famous with that HBO show, The Bunny Ranch, I think it was called.
Never seen
on
it.
HBO. Mid 90s, late 90s, maybe, when it was really popular.
Sure.
So we got to interview Dennis Hof's marketing director, Richard Hunter, who was also a podcaster.
Yeah, he had a good radio voice. He had really
wonderful radio voice. Yeah.
Yes.
And he had that show called Phone Booth Fighting. It's an MMA themed podcast, and his co-host was a guy named Frank Mir, who's like a 2-time UFC champ, really popular. But to hear Richard Hunter talk about, which, by the way, Dick Hunter.
Right? Yeah, I know. Yeah. I think we made that joke that day.
I think we did, yeah. To hear him talking about the inner workings of a famous Nevada brothel was fascinating. And, this is the guy who found Lamar Odom OD'd at one of the Bunny Ranch properties. Lamar Odom, of course, LA Laker, married to, who was it? Fuck, Khloe Kardashian, right?
Right.
This guy found him, and that was world news when that happened. We got to talk to that guy. Told us a story about the client that sued one of the, or he sued the Alien Cathouse.
Right.
Remember
Sued the
this?
Alien Cathouse because the girl wouldn't. So he wanted to pretend, or at least as much as possible, fuck a dead person.
Yes.
And like a necrophilia style fetish he had. And so obviously that's not going to happen. You can't kill someone. But so the girl pretended to be dead, and he sued them because she wasn't dead enough for him, pretending wise.
That's exactly right.
It wasn't convincing enough.
That's right.
And that's a weird thing to sue someone for, by the way.
Very, very. Yeah, I actually took it to court. The guy had posters and pictures. Richard said, I'm not going to ruin it all. You guys listen to the episode. But yeah, to interview that guy was just so fascinating. Talking to the girls, I mean, just their personalities were just insane, you know?
Yes.
Layloni and Taylor. So I love the episode. Even though it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, it turned into such a great, fun, funny, informative episode. And I truly think it's like a podcasting first to report from a functioning brothel during business hours.
Yes, it felt like yeah, they were definitely business hours because they were totally trying to sell it to us.
Yeah,
I remember, and there were people coming in and out too, like other clients. It was really funny. Yeah, no, that was like a very. It feels like a first. I mean, not that I know the podcast land that much. So I keep hitting this fucking pole. Anyway, I don't know the podcasting land that much. I don't know like, all the major topics or if this is like very common for all I know. But I felt like in 2017 there was no way there was another show out there where we were doing that at that place, talking about it the way we were talking about it. Also being that it's forthcoming about it too. Like we were just. I mean, it helps that we are not real podcast. I mean, we are by now, I feel, but we weren't real podcast professionals. That we didn't know what not to talk about, what's more easier to convey or to sell to an audience. Thank God, because we were just so like laid back about it all, and we still are in many ways. That we are like we just let it run.
Yeah,
we just like let it run.
Yeah, let it run. Yeah, we did a tour of the brothel itself.
Right, the ballroom. Yeah.
Listeners, make sure check out the show notes. I'll leave a link to the video tour I was taken on by one of the workers there, so you can see what this place looks like. And that was another thing too. You're in this functioning brothel. I don't know what I expected, like, some rundown chicken shack. You know what I'm saying? But this was a very high class, well put together establishment. I mean, we're sitting in the kitchen with granite countertops, stainless steel appliances. It was not what I expected.
A lot of the rooms look like, like they don't clean it very much, but because they leave
the common areas.
They live there. Well, they live there too, and they have their own rooms there, where they live there like a few weeks at a time or something. They have
month,
like a month at a time, right? And they take like a week off and come back. Very interesting system. It's like it's definitely like one of those weird, like it's one of the reasons it makes like Vegas unique the way it is. It's like no other place like it for reasons like that, like the Cat House, not just the gambling.
Great point. Yeah.
Also, it helps to say, and obviously we can't fail to mention it, that of course throughout the whole time while we were doing interviews with not Dick Hunter during this time because he was separate, right? He was first. Yes. But like when we interviewed Layloni and Taylor was on my lap with a butt plug in her. So that did happen, and it must be said.
Yes.
Because just so you know.
That too.
So podcast first.
Podcast first. You were controlling her butt plug as you were editing the show.
Electrical, yes, as I was live editing and doing markers on the show.
And you were also controlling Taylor's vibrating butt plug.
Yep.
Podcast, that is good material.
I never thought look, I'm not a guy who's going to let an opportunity pass like that. I just like, that's what I'm saying.
Podcasting gold right there. Unfortunately, Layloni and Taylor Gates are no longer at the Alien Cathouse.
Yeah. I imagine the shelf life for that is not very long.
Yeah, I think they kind of move around.
They move a lot around. A lot of them
properties.
I think the most someone was there for was like months, not years. Like the most out of all the girls we talked to.
Yeah, that certainly seems.
Yeah,
it seemed that way.
Definitely.
Now I said, I have a story about Dennis Hof. If you remember, yes, I was supposed to have Dennis Hof on the show. He was scheduled to do an interview with us. He couldn't make it to the recording. Dick Hunter came in instead and sat with us, which I'm very thankful for. When we were leaving the Alien Cathouse, Dennis Hof called Richard Hunter and said, "Hey, send him up to," I forgot where he was. He was maybe an hour away, like
Okay.
at one of the other properties. But if you remember, after the cat house, we were going to the ghost town of Rhyolite.
Rhyolite, yeah, that was a fun one.
So I'm like, oh man, we got this schedule. I got to get this recording. We
I don't
leave
remember
tomorrow.
that part. I don't remember that part.
Yes.
I'm sure it happened. I'm sure you told me. I just don't remember it.
Yeah. And we were leaving the next day. So I said, no, we got to get this last stop, tell him thank you, but we got to keep going. We got to get another episode done.
Yeah.
Well, shortly after we got back, Dennis Hof died. So
right,
I kicked myself for not taking that interview.
Right, it would have been because the ghost town's still there. It's already dead, but we can still talk about it.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah,
that was a mistake. That's some inside baseball there.
But that's something that you could never have known.
No, of course not. But
and also, I mean, chances are, you knew that when and this is I'm telling you this in a way so you could not beat yourself up for it. You knew that sticking to the schedule instead of diverting to go to Dennis Hof's place an hour away was probably your last chance no matter what, even if he stayed alive another 20 years. Chances of us getting back there and then getting another, unless you go there specifically to get an interview just with Dennis Hof and plan that shit also months in advance to go to Vegas again or Arizona or Nevada. The chances are, dead or alive, chances are we wouldn't have, we missed a chance on purpose, right? I think you probably knew that, right?
I guess.
Yeah. So it's not, you can't foresee that either. So don't beat yourself up. It's okay.
All right.
The dead town, the ghost town thing, Rhyolite was a lot of fun. I mean, it wasn't fun watching Dave playing with his life, overturning every rock to look for a rattlesnake. I didn't particularly like that very much because I was like, fuck, I just kept imagining not exactly like he would die. I'll be fine with that. What I couldn't fathom, I didn't want to do was oh man, we have to drive to a hospital.
If he gets bit. Yeah, and didn't he almost
we're in the middle of nowhere. There's no lights out here. We're gonna get fucked.
There's nothing. Here. You're in the middle. Yeah, nothing.
It's desert, and then
you're in Death Valley. You're on the edge of Death Valley.
Right, that's right. We were on. Yeah, that's right. We drove by it. That's right.
And he had a black widow crawling up his shoe.
Yeah, that's right.
That dumb bastard.
That was funny.
Yeah, he could have easily died. You're right. I didn't think of that.
No, he was doing it all over the place. He was doing it at the Highway 51 thing. He was doing it at what's that name of that small town that's closest to Area 51?
Was it Tonopah?
No, not Tonopah. It's no, that was cool though. No. Oh, fuck. The little alien.
Yeah, yes.
What's the name of that town?
Shit.
We talked to those very nice, the very nice owners of that restaurant.
Connie and her mom. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm forgetting her name.
And that dude we interviewed there. Yeah, anyway.
Ken
whatever.
Langley. Yeah.
Yeah. So there, yeah. And he was doing it everywhere. And it was every time, we're just rolling the dice on this every single time. And of course, I thought of it worse when we were there in Ghost Town because no one else is around, no lights. There's not exactly the town. It's like the next civilization piece isn't. It's hours away. It's not close. It's not walkable. Nothing is nearby like that. No. We have to climb and put him. I was just imagining all these scenarios where we have to cut David's leg off. I don't know what he's gonna.
I'm not sucking on that wound.
I would have cut it off. Right? I would have cut it off. Who's got the machete? Yeah. So I'm glad nothing happened, of course, but could have.
But man, what a story if it did.
What is
right? Now, a couple of things I do want to mention about this episode. I went back and I'm like, oh God, that Tascam audio when we were getting the walkthrough, the tour.
Dude, the wind stuff really sucks. Oh yeah, you mean inside?
Inside, yeah. Right. The Tascam audio came out pretty rough, so listeners, forgive that. And you're going to hear mention of SOS-Radio podcast or SOS-radio.com. That was our old name, right? We went through a name change, kind of a rebranding, if you will.
Right.
Obviously, the SOS-Radio podcast is the Supernatural Occurrence Studies Podcast. The Supernatural Occurrence Studies Podcast is SOS-Radio, right? Same thing.
Wow.
So don't get your...
That was good.
Thank you. Don't get all twisted when you hear SOS-radio.com. It's us.
Don't get all twisted, T.
Damn. It's our old name, right, Oscar?
Yes. Sorry.
Other than Tascam and the name, I think we're going to take the commercials out of this episode.
Obviously,
run no commercials because man, I went back and listened. Our old commercials that I recorded, God, they're embarrassing.
Well,
They're
everything's
so
embarrassing, like in hindsight, like that. It feels worse and like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's how I feel, especially like, people will be like, I can't give you an example. I know of examples. I can't think of a specific one, but I feel that way a lot about things. Like, I would look at something completely normal. Like, it was fine. I'm sure it still works, but the fact that I did it 5 years ago, can't stand to look at it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Can't stand it.
Oh man, I listened to those. I cringed. It was so cringe. So we'll get rid of all that. You get a commercial-free episode today, and that's all the notes I really took about this episode.
Yeah, I hope this reheated episode finds maybe a portion of our audience that haven't had the chance to go back in time yet to our previous lots, and maybe it might encourage them to further down go like, hey, that was really funny. Don't get me wrong, they're not all that funny, but if you liked it, you might like others.
Yeah. Oh, well, because Joe and Dave are on this episode.
That's right. We never talked about
Oh my God, I completely forgot about those two. Jesus Christ. So you'll hear past co-hosts of the show, Dave Black, Joe Erie. We might have them coming up in the next month or two.
Don't even think about promising something unless we know.
Good point.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a scripted episode. It'll just
definitely not
a bullshitting episode, but they'll be back soon. So you'll hear our old co-hosts, some old information on the name of the podcast, little questionable audio in the beginning, but I still fucking love this episode.
I still love it. Yeah, it's just so much fun. That whole trip was a trip. It was a trip.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Back when we could travel for this podcast.
Yeah, right. I know
back when we could get together for this podcast.
That's one of the things that I regret about current time is that not 2020, but I wish we went somewhere in 2019.
Yeah.
I wish we did that. That way there's not this much bigger of a gap, because obviously 2020 we wouldn't be able to go out because of COVID, and looks like 2021, unless it goes like sparklingly awesome with the vaccine stuff, which I'm not holding my breath on, goes amazing. I thought we're going to do it this year, 2021. So that means it just puts a lot more distance between the last time we were able to go out, and that sucks.
It does suck.
Kind of wish we went in 2019, but if wishing were farts, then I'd be whatever people say.
Okay, I like that saying. That's the old saying from the sea.
From the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought of the letter C when you said that. No, I thought.
Oh shit!
I thought of the letter C, not like the ocean. I didn't know what you were talking about.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no. Anyway, yeah. So but maybe that could be something we think about too during our hiatus. What would the next thing, when we could travel, mind you, what would the next big thing we could do?
Yeah, man, I got a couple ideas.
Oh, I know you do.
What do you say? Should we get into episode 50?
Let's do it.
Listeners, enjoy. Hello, loyal listeners, and welcome to the SOS-Radio Podcast. All paranormal, all the time. My name is Jason Knight, president and founder of Chicago's own Supernatural Occurrence Studies, and your host into the unknown. With me, as always, are my fellow SOSers and brothers in arms, Mr. Joe Erie behind the camera.
Hello.
Mr. Dave Black.
Oh, hey.
And, of course, producer extraordinaire, Mr. Oscar Spector.
That's not my name. I don't know why you say that.
Well, listeners, the Nevada extraterrestrial and ghost odyssey rolls on. This is an extra special episode, milestone episode, episode 50 of the SOS-Radio podcast. Oscar, edit that out.
No.
Today, I think we're doing a podcasting first. I'm pretty sure, because I researched it. We are reporting live-ish from the world-famous Alien Cathouse in Amargosa Valley, Nevada. We're here, the Cathouse and Dennis Hof were gracious enough to let us come in and interview the beautiful women of the Alien Cathouse. And hopefully they're going to sit down with us and give us some really good stories that are dark, that are scary, that are salacious, that have something to do with the paranormal, the extraterrestrial, or whatever else. Anything goes. I want to know about the dark, dirty details. We have two of them with us right now at this particular moment. Could you please introduce yourselves to our listeners?
Hi, I'm Layloni.
Hi, Layloni.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
You're the one that's going to be taking us on the tour of the Alien Cathouse?
Yes, I can.
Is it okay if we videotape that
Yes, it is.
adventure? Okay. And we are also joined by the raccoon,
Taylor Gates.
Taylor Gates. And what are you going to be doing for us today?
I can take you on tour too.
You're also going to be doing the tour. Okay, awesome. Great. Listeners, also check out YouTube, Chicago's own Supernatural Occurrence Studies on YouTube for footage from this adventure.
I'm not the raccoon every day.
You're not the raccoon. What are you every day?
I'm Taylor Gates every day.
Taylor Gates every day. Got it. Joe, get the T-shirts. We brought T-shirts for the ladies. Supernatural Occurrence Studies T-shirts. Available on... No, they're not on the website yet. You got to write submissions at sos-radio.com to get your T-shirts. They're not even up on the website yet. So, without further ado, Layloni is going to take us on a tour of the property.
So how do you want to do this? There's four of you in this small space.
Right.
So she was going to take two, and I was going to take two. So how do you want to do it?
Let's get on Team Taylor.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to follow Layloni. So I'm kind of going to hang over your shoulder to make
That's
sure I can
fine.
pick up your audio from the Tascam.
No, you're.
So down this hallway,
So we're going down a hallway, narrow. There's...
these two are rooms. This is Lita. She's not here. This is one of our other rooms.
Okay,
If you need me to walk slower, I can.
thank you. All I ask is that you speak loudly.
Alrighty then.
Thank you.
So this is our gym area. This is where some of the girls work out.
Oh, wow. Full weight sets and...
Everything. I
Treadmills?
don't. I like being thick and plush, so that's just not for me.
That's the kind of woman I like.
This is our sauna area. This is where,
The holodeck, I love it.
yes, this is where girls lay butt ass naked.
A lot of
They
naked.
get in the tanning bed, butt ass naked.
Again,
and they
naked?
Do the sauna.
Butt ass naked?
Butt ass naked.
Okay,
What's
cool.
better than that? You even got naked women on the walls.
You do. And I love that it's called the holodeck. The Alien Cathouse, right? Alien sci-fi themed. Joe, I hope you're getting my good side, my skinny side.
I think both sides are good.
Thank you. And I noticed coming down this hallway, we had like Tron posters, again, going with that kind of sci-fi theme.
We have Tron. And then we have Mr. Dennis himself.
Mr. Dennis Hof, right here.
Yes, with his little puppy.
Nice. I wasn't sure if he was going to be here today. It was never clear while we were setting this up. At first, he might have been here, then we weren't sure. And
Yeah,
so
he just kind of pops up.
he's here in spirit.
Yes.
Got it.
So right here are, because we are alien themed, this is all the costumes.
Marvin, I have Marvin tattoo.
You have a Marvin tattoo?
I do.
Oh, that must be hot.
Don't judge.
Oh, no, I won't. I have a gun.
Oh, that is a gun.
Leopard.
It's a gun made out of leopard print.
Yes.
Nice.
So we have the space age ones. We have the forest.
So do clients actually come in and say, hey, I want you to wear the Marvin the Martian dress as part of my...
No, they don't.
Oh, okay.
I wish they would.
Okay.
I mean, I've had a party before. This room, which is my room, was turned into a room. It used to be the alien bondage room.
Oh, no way.
And I've had a party in here where they dressed up in our costumes.
Get out.
So
So we're walking into Layloni's own personal room.
this is our room. This
Oh,
is
very
where
nice.
the condoms, everything that happens here. Usually it's kind of better, but I just got off a party, so it's kind of like, why not join y'all?
Oh, so you were working today?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Now, this might be a stupid question, but do you live on property?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you
I
do?
live here for a month at a time, then I go home for a week.
Where's home for you?
Vegas.
Okay. How far are we from Vegas? About an hour?
Yeah, we're
Was it
about an
hour
hour.
o'clock? Okay, cool.
Unless you live in Centennial Hills, you're probably like 45 minutes away.
Okay, so very close.
And if you feel the bed, it's made of foam. So
That
this
is a
is
foam
the
bed.
only bed in here that is the foam bed because, like I said, this used to be the bondage room. So this used to have all the nutcrackers, things like that. It used to be here.
Nutcrackers?
Yeah, actual nutcrackers.
Oh,
Yeah, it gets frisky.
okay.
So this is the bathroom.
A little marble. I mean, everything. Looks nice.
Keep it clean, nice, fresh. This is where, like with me, I actually give my clients baths. So instead of you bathing yourself, I bathe you, and I do shower parties with you.
Okay.
What's better than getting head and pussy in the shower?
Not much. Serve it up with a steak, and I think I'm sold.
Yes. I can't give you steak, but I can give you a pork chop. So this is the employee's restroom.
Okay.
And right here is the pool area.
Yeah, we know you.
Yeah.
This
This your comedian. This is a fully stocked bar.
And we wanted to have some drinks and stuff for sure.
You definitely can. I don't drink, but you definitely drink with you.
Cool.
And on this wall is also Dennis in Spirit with Ron Jeremy, Carrot Top, the Bunny Girls.
Joey Buttafuoco. Vince Neil. Cool.
Everybody.
Penn Jillette.
Who's better than Ron Jeremy, though?
Well, I know that's Richard's face, his picture on email the whole time. Well, in the beginning, I thought I was talking to Ron Jeremy. Like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Yeah. And then with Flavor Flav
Yes.
and Heidi Fleiss herself.
He dated Heidi Fleiss, correct?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
I never knew about that one.
Yeah, I thought I read that. I did a little research on him just in case he was here. I wasn't ill prepared.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
Russell Brand. Cool.
So right here is where they would customers come through the door, and you can sit down.
Sure.
So you would sit down, and they would ring this bell. I'm not supposed to touch it, so usually when they touch it, it rings.
Okay.
You can stand up. It rings like 3 times, and then I'll stand in front of you like this, and they'll say, ladies, introduce yourself. And we can't talk to you until we're told to introduce ourselves to you. And then I'll go, I'm Layloni Stroxxx. And then they'll go down the road, and then you pick a girl. And she'll give you a tour.
Oh.
And then they'll negotiate if you like her.
I see. Okay.
That's our
Interesting.
sex toy cabinet. It comes with ass beads, butt plugs, vibrating butt plugs.
Say it again.
He said David would like
Oh, no,
those.
then you followed up with something. I missed it.
Oh, and then it has vibrating butt plugs.
Oh. Cool. So do people come in, choose a woman, and then chop oftentimes?
That's only if they want to. I've had a guy choose me and want me to fuck them in their ass, which I thought that was pretty cool. So we came over here and we picked one, and I fucked him in his ass.
Awesome.
Yes.
Cool.
And then if you come this way,
Sure. Oh, Predator.
yes,
Oh, yeah, Predator.
we
looks
have
nice.
more sci-fi stuff.
This is one of my favorite movies, actually.
I've never seen it, but now you make me want to go watch
Yeah,
it.
it's a fantastic movie. Oh, these are great.
Yes, those are hot. I wish I could wear those. So this is our massage room. I haven't seen black velvet until I came to work here. You know, that's an old thing, the black velvet.
Yeah, yeah.
This is where you would get a massage, like with me. I take you into the shower. I shower you up right here. Make it hot and steamy, wash your balls. I lay you on the massage table. And that's where everything goes down with your happy ending.
Okay. I like the velvet. The velvet's cool.
Yes, I do too. I think it's hot. This used to be our Atlantis adventure room, but it's remodeling right now, so
Okay.
it's unavailable, so I can't show it to you.
Got it.
It used to be our wet room where we would have big bubbles, neuro massages, things like that.
Oh.
This is our stripper pole. I don't know how to use it. So.
Yeah, I know. Dave was trying to get on that when he first walked in. Oh, you guys sell the alien tequila.
Oh, yes.
We know the girl, one of the girls who works at that shop who makes it.
I think that
Alien
is.
Research Center.
I've never drank it, but I just like the bottle.
Yeah, the bottle's great. Yeah, I bought some back to Chicago, and I'm not going to drink it. I just like to keep it.
This is our hook and book room.
What is that?
So basically, when you book a party with us, we go here, we get her, and we write down the time that you wanted and the amount that you spent. If you're using credit card, debit card, or anything like that, we give your ID and that to them.
Okay.
They take their precautions of scanning, whatever, make sure it doesn't decline. We bring you back the receipt, you sign it with the amount on it so you know that no one's bullshitting you.
It's legit,
so
yeah.
we give you amounts, and this is what it is, this is what it is.
How does it show up on the receipt? Like, how would a credit card statement come through? Curious.
So basically, they go here, they take your credit card, they put it in that machine, and then it prints up a receipt with the amount on it.
Oh, I meant like, so when statements come through?
Oh, it
like,
comes out like
discreet
as Adventureland. So it looks like you've never been here.
Slick. Slick.
And then she uses her pretty little ladybug timer she has over there.
Oh, okay. Timer's up, you're done.
Yes,
Done.
pretty much.
Unless you want to continue.
Yes.
Understood. Thank you.
And we have one more room. Sorry.
No problem. Walking down the halls.
Yep.
Just try not to keep dead air. That's all.
This is Lena. She's one of the girls that work here. She's one of our top lovers.
Okay.
She should be back soon. This is Melissa Kish. She was also top lover for a couple years. She's not here anymore.
I like Cosmic Kittens.
Yes, that's our name. Well, you have to share.
Go in her room. You guys can see it.
This is our party. We're negotiating.
Oh, okay. Don't let me interrupt.
Tag team.
Don't let me interrupt.
So this is the Dennis Suite.
The Dennis Suite.
Yes.
This is oh my god.
So this is where guys sometimes, I've never booked here, maybe one day. The minimum this room goes for is 15.
15,000. Jeez. Oh,
Yes.
15,000.
1,500 or up,
Wow.
depending on the girl.
Okay.
So this is where guys do overnights. This is where if you want to book your appointment ahead of time and say I'm not here and you spend that much money, we would be here.
Wow.
And the shower is 10 times better.
It's got a wet bar and everything. So, who would book a room like this at 5G's starting?
It just depends on how the guy feels and who he wants and what he wants.
Okay. Anyone famous ever come through there?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Are you
Maybe not here. I've
Okay.
never seen it here. I've seen it at the Love Ranch.
Got it. Got it.
So this is our jacuzzi tub, nice shower.
God, it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's where it goes.
Getting ideas for my own bathroom at home now.
Oh no,
Honey,
you
how
can't
did you
see that.
how did you design this? Well,
Oh, don't worry about it.
funny
What's a
story.
brothel?
Funny story about that.
So that pretty much like finishes up our tour.
It's not like what I expected. I didn't know what I expected actually.
Well, what did you expect?
Yeah, right. I don't really know. Less organized, maybe ramshackle a little bit.
Oh, no.
People get preconceived notions, right?
No, we keep it pretty organized here.
Now, I didn't see anything with security. What happens when someone gets out of hand or there's something going down that's not supposed to be going down?
Okay, let me see if I could find one. I have to take you back to my room. Ouch, sorry. So I could pretty much show you. Just follow back this way. Sorry for walking too fast.
That's
for
okay.
you.
No.
Also, these are computers because we post on the bunny board.
I've seen it. Yeah.
That's where it goes down. Some girls use this unless they come with their own.
Okay.
And
And now, are all the girls on that month stay and then go to wherever they want?
no, it just depends on what you were booked for.
Okay.
So I'm booked for a whole month. And then I leave for half the month. I leave on August 27th. So if anything goes wrong, you're originally supposed to push this button.
Okay.
And it calls the office and then they respond. And then you tell them help or whatever. That's what goes on.
Yes.
Security! No. And then she responds.
I was just expecting some huge
No.
Goomba to come running through and take me out.
See, but with me, I believe everything's a weapon. So my laptop being over there. There's
That'd be a lot faster than that.
Okay.
Yes.
I was curious. I didn't say anything,
so like
safety, I was just curious. Cool.
We're here for the girls, so they know the different things that they go through.
Got
So
it.
we're here for them no matter what.
Good.
Like with me, like I said, I believe everything's a weapon. So if I feel like I'm in a party where I don't feel safe, I'll put perfume on the side. So you try to do something where I'm just going to spray you or hit you with my laptop. It just depends.
Stab somebody with a heel.
Pretty much.
Whoa, yeah, definitely.
You never know what people have in here.
Okay, fair enough. We'll leave it at that.
So do you have any more questions?
Joe, what about you, man? Let me turn the camera on you for a moment here. What do you think about that tour?
Pretty cool. It's my first time ever in a place like this, you know?
Me as well.
Yeah, just didn't know what to expect. I was actually trying to get like a vibe, a feeling, like I need like spirits and energies in here, but
so what we haven't
kind of really didn't get anything,
not yet,
or at least like not yet. Yeah.
So what we didn't mention yet, we didn't have time. Joe and Dave are sensitive to energies. They don't talk to dead people, but they can tell when the energy associated with a haunting is around, and oftentimes if it's a positive or negative energy.
I wouldn't mind kind of getting a chance to walk around by myself and see if I get.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and most of the time he and Dave are spot on. There's either some significance to the location that they picked out. It shows up in photographs with them or video with them. It's pretty uncanny.
I totally understand that. I have a family member where they call them crystal eyes because they can sit in the garage and all of a sudden they just look and they can feel the spirit past them or things weird happen in our house. So I pretty much understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. So would it be okay if he walked around by himself for
Of course.
Okay, cool.
Do you want to take the Tazcam with you?
I'd say just keep on doing the interview because I just kind of want to be by myself, nothing on me. You know what I mean? Just kind of get a feel, you know?
All right.
Because it might affect anything, you know?
You need me, call me. I got you.
All right. Can I borrow one of the shoes just in case?
Yes, just take it.
Now, where would Dave and Oscar be with Taylor? Maybe I could get their take on the
Her
walk.
room.
Oh, okay. We're going to leave them alone for a while.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, there's probably things better left unseen. 20 years of friendship only gets you so far. I don't need to see the rest. But no, that was great.
We even have
Come
the
in
welcome,
peace.
come in peace.
Yeah.
Area 51 is actually behind us.
So that was going to be one of my questions. How far are we from the
I
land?
think maybe 20, 30 minutes, not quite sure. I've heard about
So
it,
reaches
never did
super
it.
far. Okay.
So I hear that it's kind of behind us, maybe that close, maybe not. Don't hold me to it.
Okay.
But I hear as soon as you get there, helicopters, army trucks come until you get the fuck out of there.
We were all about it for the last couple of days, all up in there, and nothing
Really?
happened. Nothing happened. And we were in Rachel, which is, God, from here probably 4 hours plus, I would say. If we went, I think, I'm from Chicago, what do I know? But we're in Alamo, it took us over 2.5 hours to get here. Rachel's another hour from our place. The point is, it seems the Area 51 land reaches really, really, really far.
Oh, and nothing
if you're
came to
close
get
here.
you?
Nothing came to get us. No, we were at the back gate. We were walking all around the land and
I'm
looking
gonna
for
have
trouble.
To look on your website and see this.
Yeah. It's going to be it's probably going to be a little while to get all the video up, but it will be up there for sure.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it was cool, but not what we expected. So, yeah. All right, I think I'm going to kill the video for now.
Okay.
So, Jason Knight signing out. And thank you, Leilani. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
I'll just stop it here. Okay. That was awesome. Thank you.
I hope I did well for you. That's the
No,
first
you
time I've ever
did.
did some shit like that. I was kind of nervous. That's why I started stuttering.
No, not at all. Not at all. So what we'll probably do is take that intro and attach it onto whatever interviews we do now with the actual mics and the mixer.
Okay.
So it'll be a rough intro because this doesn't give the best. It picks up too much. It's too sensitive. So it'll be a little scratchy audio, but the remainder of the episode will be good
I
quality.
hope I didn't walk too far for you.
No, you did great. That was perfect. Thank you.
You're perfect.
I want to track him and see what he says, but
He said 2 spots already, and he went that way.
yeah, he gets angry sometimes if you approach him when he's doing his thing. So maybe I'll just let him do his thing.
I do too.
Yeah,
Like
So-
I love to cook, and you kind of get in there.
get out of my personal space. There's a bubble.
Yeah,
right?
I have this thing too. Like if I'm working on someone, I believe personality sells before beauty. So if you just kind of like walk on me, hey, he's mine. Like we can share him in a minute, but I want to talk to him.
I appreciate that. I respect that.
Okay.
All right, so Joe's back from his
There's 3
walkthrough.
spots, okay? We're at the first one and the hallway where it leads to the massage table or whatever, that hallway right there, I got a jolt. So it's like in that area, like I felt a little something. Not really too much anywhere else except for the bedroom, the 15,000 a night, the furniture in there. I don't know how old that is or whose it was, but I felt a little something just with the furniture, especially the dresser. And then when I walked all the way back in that room, it was like a really good positive energy, but just like up and like a full energy. That's what I got. But it's not like...
Well, let's see once we get people in front of a mic if they can corroborate those locations with their own stories and experiences. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if something might have happened in that area. I mean, I don't know how old the place is.
It's been here for a long time. I've only worked here. I worked here last year, and I just came back this year, so I've only been back like maybe a month and a half. I just came back yesterday from being gone for a week. Oh. I've heard stories that we have a ghost, and she's kind of nice, and she's a prostitute too. I don't know. Maybe. I've heard about it.
Yeah, so this used to be the Cherry Patch too, right? And then Dennis bought it, rehabbed it, refurbished.
Maybe, not quite sure, because we have a Cherry Patch in front of the Love Ranch. So I'm not quite sure.
There was a 1 and 2, a Cherry Patch 1 and a Cherry Patch 2. We'll ask around. We'll figure it out.
Maybe.
We'll hunt down the mystery.
She's been here longer than me.
Okay. Cool. So maybe she'll know.
She went from the other place to here. The whole time I've worked here. I worked here last year every weekend. Mm-hmm. We had different management. Then we changed management. I left, and then I came back, and I worked here. I prefer to work here.
Okay. How is it working for Dennis Hof? Do you interact with him often? Does he treat you?
I've met him once, and he was really nice. He's very polite. He's a really sweet guy.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Dave, did you? What did you think of your? And you got to talk loud there, Shem.
Yeah.
What did you think of your tour?
It was all right. I didn't feel anything super strong, but I did get the warm hands, tingly hands vibe, but nothing like straight up, in your head type of thing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, maybe we'll pause it from here. I don't know if Oscar's negotiating, but I don't want to bother him.
So, no, they're just talking.
Okay. That was a great walkthrough. Very informative. Interesting.
Yes, I saw it.
So for now, we'll pause it until we're ready to sit down and actually be mic'd up. Anything less to say?
Not really.
No?
I'm ready.
Joe, any final words?
No, I kind of want to see if what I felt, has a purpose, I guess.
Okay. Awesome. And we will be back shortly. Back. Just got done taking tour of the Alien Cathouse provided by the lovely Layloni. Listeners, make sure and go to our YouTube channel to see video from that walkthrough of the Alien Cathouse, Chicago's own Supernatural Occurrence Studies on YouTube. While you're there, make sure and subscribe. Our first victim of the evening is Richard Hunter, media director for the Cathouse franchise.
Sure.
Right? So, who's also a fellow podcaster. Listeners, make sure and go to iTunes and subscribe to Phone Booth Fighting. It's an MMA-focused podcast with lots of hijinks.
It is. I do a podcast with Frank Mir, who was a 2-time UFC heavyweight champion. I have 2 jobs. I have that one and I have this one. And I always tell my friends that when I am not breaking down cage fights, I am refereeing fights between prostitutes, and depending on the day, one may be more compelling than the other. Sometimes the better fights are here.
And your name is Dick Hunter,
yep.
So it's got to be very confusing.
Oh, I didn't even pick up that for you, Dave.
There's a lot of irony to go around.
You should have the website dickhunter.com.
Step
and then it's
ahead
just
of you.
Like, okay, good.
I believe I don't like to own up to my wacky radio past a lot, but I had that incarnation back when it was the crazy morning zoo, and you got to have Gator and the Madman, and everybody's got to have their crazy voices, right? Yeah. I was Big Dick.
Big Dick.
Yeah.
That's what we call Dave.
No, I thought we called him Little Dick.
Well,
but that's for another reason.
So again, listeners, make sure and check out Phone Booth Fighting on iTunes. Give us a subscribe and a rating. We live on ratings. And while you're there, do the same for the SOS-Radio podcast. However, an easier way to search on iTunes is Chicago's Own.
We just tried it out.
Just search Chicago's Own. Richard turned me on to that. Yeah, nice and easy.
I subscribed is what happened. It was a very organic process. I was subscribing to your podcast. I put in Chicago Zone, and you're the only thing that comes up in the search.
I should switch mine to Chicago Zone, another movie podcast.
Don't you dare.
I will.
So Richard's been the one I've worked with for well over maybe 2 months already, setting up this excursion to the Alien Cathouse. So I thank him for letting us come in here.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah, man, time is money. This I wasn't sure we'd be able to do it. So thank you.
Yeah, it's our pleasure.
So we talked about the angle of this show. We don't have an agenda. We're not trying to convince anybody of everything, but we do have an angle. Our angle is the weird, the wicked, the dark, the salacious, the paranormal, the extraterrestrial. And you're sitting at the table for a reason, I take it.
Yeah. Well,
do you have any stories, sir, from this establishment or the area?
Yeah. So, we're right here next door to Area 51. You guys probably figured that out.
Oh, yeah. We've been there for the last couple of days.
Between the sci-fi themed brothel that we have and the Martian themed truck stop we have next door.
That's right.
It's a big industry out here. And within the Dennis Hof Cathouse collection, there are actually 7 brothels. But the Bunny Ranch is the most famous one. That's the one everybody knows, the one that's been around the longest. But down here, there's always a curiosity about the Alien Cathouse. So, strange occurrences. Oh, yeah, the girls and you're going to be talking to some of the girls later on, I think. I mean, they can tell you all about their superstitions and weird things that happen in the night and all that kind of stuff. And that's just the customers, So I tend to find the most curious stories are from the customers themselves, the people that come in and out of here.
Oh, I could imagine. Could we talk about one famous customer recently?
Are you talking about the Lamar Odom overdose? Yeah, that happened about a year and a half ago, I guess. Almost 2 years ago now, over at Love Ranch, which is our sister brothel. And that was a crazy Monday afternoon.
Monday afternoon.
I was sitting in my office just like you were in there talking to me. And I was the only guy in the house at the time. We didn't have any clients other than Lamar. And he was in the back house. We have a big 3-bedroom VIP house back there. So if you're spending enough money, even the other customers in the brothel will not know you're here. Separate entrance, drive you around back. He'd been there for several days. Nobody knew he was there, customer-wise. And I was sitting there in my office, and a girl comes running up the hallway, screaming, come quick, something's wrong, Lamar, something's wrong with him. I go running all the way back to the back of the house, and he had 2 of our girls in there that he dropped $75,000 to have them for 2 days round the clock. And normally I wouldn't tell you what the number is, but that became public information because of all of the publicity around it and everything. So they found him, and he was already having a stroke and all the rest of that kind of stuff. So I had to call 911 and have the paramedics come out there and help load him into the ambulance, and then it was all over the news from there.
Yeah. We saw it all over.
This is how white
Chicago.
I am, but is Lamar Odom like a basketball guy or a rapper? Or
I don't know
what?
much more about it than you do.
He's a pro golfer.
He's a basketball player.
Okay.
He plays for the LA Lakers. He's married to Khloe Kardashian.
Oh,
that's the real tabloid hook. They had their own reality show, and then he was on that.
That
Kardashian
seems like his
show
worst accomplishment, I think.
Oh yeah, the reality.
And I don't know
show.
anything. I don't know anything about him, but
No.
the credit of being married to Khloe Kardashian seems like the bottom rung of the ladder of your credentials.
Overdosing at the brothel is at worst the second worst thing that had ever happened to him. I'll give you a good one though. I mean, now here's a story that your listeners will probably only hear about here because it didn't have a celebrity name attached to it like Lamar Odom, but this happened right here in the Alien Cathouse about 9 months ago or so. We had a guy come in. He took us to small claims court. All right, I'm going to jump ahead to the ending, and then we're going to rewind, and I'll tell you what led up to that. He took us to small claims court because he was unsatisfied with his experience, which is a rare occurrence here at Alien Cathouse. We pride ourselves on customer satisfaction, so don't think that that's an everyday occurrence. It's quite the opposite. But this fellow came in and picked a girl out of lineup and hired her to play dead because he wanted to simulate having sex with a dead person. And he was
no red flags there at all.
No, none at all. We don't judge. Who are we to judge? You know?
Right, exactly.
The problem was that he claimed he could still see her breathing, and felt that she was not acting dead enough. So he went to the cashier's window after the experience. Keep in mind, after he had gone ahead and rebooked. Okay, so he had his initial booking. Then he booked again, and it's sort of like ordering your entree and dessert before you complain about the meal, you know. So he goes to the cashier's window, and he says he was unsatisfied and voices his complaint. And the cashier, rightfully so, says, "Well, you know, you've already eaten the meal. We can't, we typically don't refund your purchase." There was some back and forth. Right. We ended up crediting him back. I think half of it is kind of a goodwill gesture. But he took us to small claims court for the other half, and I actually had to go to small claims court in this little small town courthouse that's about an hour from here, and defend our brothel's good name against this fellow over the remainder of that purchase, and won, by the way.
Good.
So
good for you.
Yeah. Nice. Although he did try to appeal it. I don't know what the status of that is.
Did they immediately arrest him and be like, "We're just going to keep you off the streets for good measure"?
Let me tell you, this guy
There's a kink for that, dude.
Yeah, this guy came into the courthouse he had exhibits, like he had made, posters, like he'd blown up the receipt. So he was ready to. He was doing his best to try to win that court case.
Was he like an older guy? Was he a family guy? Like, who was this guy? Like, what kind of person? I'm not asking you to give me his name.
Yeah, you just kind of want like a general description.
Yeah, like what sort of guy was he?
I'm going to guess probably in his 50s, maybe 50s, probably in his 50s, mid 50s. Other than that, nothing real descriptive about the guy. I mean, that's,
like an average white guy? Like,
kind of, yeah. I mean, the craziest.
Was he a big guy? Was he a small guy? Like,
just kind of average, kind of tall, slender.
Are you profiling right now? What are you doing?
I'm just trying to get a visual picture of this creepy dude.
I tell you what, this is smart podcasting because you're an oral medium and he's painting a picture for the listener.
Good point,
actually,
Richard.
the description kind of looks like Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Dave's a weirdo.
Well, because did that case, was it public knowledge at that point after that?
Yeah,
was his name out there as the fool?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, technically, I guess if you were to look it up and
I'd like to see that Yelp review of like, they're prostitutes don't play dead good enough.
I mean, do you think
they don't play dead good?
Do you think he was predetermined to do it? I mean, maybe it's like way before. It's like,
you know what? Money? I like to think that he's sort of chasing the necrophiliac dragon. It's like he never. He's after a sensation that he can't quite ever really achieve.
That is like serial killer 101 bullshit. Like that guy is eventually going to murder somebody.
But not only like what he did. It's actually like a lot of people need like that excitement and the anger and the fighting, and it's like
just the whole attention. I don't give a fuckingness about my name and this case getting out into the public. Yeah, I tried to fuck it down.
Not a lot to lose.
No,
yeah, that's crazy.
The other thing is too.
What is that guy's job? Like, what happens if his boss Jonathan, can you come into my office?
It's totally
I read
legal.
about this in the paper. Like you were trying,
but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's totally legal, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So technically,
it's
like, can't do anything.
Jonathan, I don't know if we want you representing our car wash anymore.
Yeah. What we what we liked, and I should point this out too, that although our girls have certainly open minds as a rule when it comes to their sexuality. Not every girl's going to do that. They do have their limits. They do have their personal no list, and no girl is required to do anything with anyone that she doesn't want to do. So this fellow should have considered himself lucky to find a girl who would first engage in that sort of thing.
We were actually joking around in the car of doing like a little bonus episode where we just sit down one of the most willing girls and just like throw ridiculous, like, okay, for $1,000, would you let me Skype in my father while we baked a pie, and just like come up with the most ridiculous scenarios, and just see what to see what she would say.
Throw a few of those scenarios at him, and be prepared for him to take you up on it, probably,
or get punched. One of the two. That's insane. That is such a crazy story.
Slap one of us like live on the show. for offending you? Is that something you can do? Oh, I'm just saying.
Speaking, but see,
we're going to try.
He's talking to one of the girls right now.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
now, Richard, you've been from this area your whole life, or
no? I'm from Dallas originally.
Oh, you're from? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I'll be in Dallas next week.
I moved here.
It's funny because you look Austin.
Oh yeah. Austin is Austin was my liberal oasis in a very red state for sure. But I'm actually from the north central part of Texas, the Dallas area. And actually, my path to the brothels started just exactly the way that you guys are doing it right now. Many years ago, when I had a radio show in Dallas, I would have Dennis Hof, or the owner of all of our brothels, as a guest on my radio show. And so we got to be friends that way. He invited me out to the Bunny Ranch to do a broadcast, just like you guys are doing. Wow. We got to be friends that way, and at some point he hired me as his media director. So hey, one of you guys might down the line. Might
do you need a helper and a sidekick?
Have you ever played in any bands? Or even
yeah. That was the first career I filled.
Because I was going to say you look familiar.
Yeah,
I played a lot. Been around a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. You look familiar, and I'm like, damn, where do I know this
He looks
guy
like
from?
a
Would we know you?
Of everybody from Wicker Park.
Not
one person.
Yeah, no. I had a band that did play in Chicago quite a bit. I was in a band called Killbilly, and the only way I can tell anybody who would know Killbilly these days, you guys know the band Old 97s? If you know that band or not. Okay.
Yes.
So Rhett Miller, who was the singer in Old 97s, was in Killbilly with me. So
cool.
But we would play Chicago. Like, do you guys still have the Metro?
Yes.
Do you have Lounge Acts?
Yes.
Still?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have Beat Kitchen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's actually my first comedy show I ever did was at the Beat Kitchen.
Oh, yeah. That was so we played all those places. That was a great Elbow Room. Is that still there? Yeah.
Yeah, I did a show there too.
Wow.
I cracked my head on the ceiling.
Nice.
I shot a concert there, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of great venues in Chicago.
Double Door is my favorite.
Yeah.
Double Door just closed.
But I know it.
I know. I love Double Door. But who's the guy that worked? He was the sound guy at the Beat Kitchen. He had the ghost tattoo on his arm.
I don't know.
Oh, damn it. He was a cool dude.
So, living here in this area, do you have any stories of aerial phenomena, ET experiences?
Well, I live in Las Vegas. So I drive back and forth every day. I leave before the phenomenon gets cranked
They're
up
not
too
even
much.
having coffee yet.
No, yeah. So I'm usually just here during the day unless some emergency happens or something. So the girls can tell you all about what happens in the middle of the night. But yeah, I actually commute from Las Vegas to here and back every day.
Okay.
So
Got
lots of time in the car.
Yeah, lots of time to listen to the podcast.
And assume that nothing in Vegas you saw because it's impossible with the lights and shit, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're still a good hour. It's door to door. My house to here is like an hour and 10 minutes.
When we were at Area 51 last night, you can actually see the lights of Vegas glowing over the mountains.
Assuming
assuming
we're pointing in the right direction, but most
yeah,
likely
we were.
yes.
I looked at the map.
Oh,
we
you did?
were
Okay, good.
looking at
Because we weren't sure.
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas is very bright. It's pretty crazy. Like how far? I mean, my house is a good by car 20 minutes from the Strip because I live in the Summerlin area, and you can stand in my backyard and see that beam that comes up out of the Luxor.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's great flying into Vegas at night, nothing, and then boom.
Yeah. That's the crazy thing about Nevada. I mean, I always tell people about Nevada. They basically made Las Vegas and Reno and quit. Like, that's the state. You know what I mean?
We're done.
I mean, there's all kinds of cool stuff to see, but it's a lot of little encampments and ghost towns, and there's a lot of when you traverse the state, there's a lot of you come up on these little areas where you're like, what are these people doing out here?
Yeah. Right. Right.
What are they running from?
Like we were in Rachel, Nevada, and it's 47 people is the population of the town. What happens if you get divorced?
Don't sell them short.
It's my bitch wife right over there, 20 feet away in the next trailer.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I mean, I was like, where do you work? Where do you shop? Where do you, all that.
If you break a leg, what the hell do you do?
Well, yeah, totally.
Maybe you could answer this. This was going to be a question for Dennis Hof if he sat down with us. How do you guys, as 7 brothels in your chain, how do you not run sideways of the mob or power players?
Well, that's a good question.
Heavy hitter.
That's a good
kind
question.
Of scary
because
dudes?
The thing about, and this is the best argument I can make for legalization of prostitution, is the prove-up to get in the business is so high. It's harder to get a license to own a brothel in Nevada than it is to get a gaming license. It would be easier to open a casino than it would be a brothel. Not only do you have to prove a lot of financial stability, but you have to have a squeaky clean criminal record. You can't have anything on your rap sheet. And that trickles down to the girls that work here. The girls that work here have to have an actual license from the county sheriff's office to do this. And if they have anything on their record like that, they wouldn't be able to get the license. So not only are they medically tested to show they don't have any kind of venereal disease, that sort of thing, they also have to be of good character. And they have to be 21. So what that means is the people who are not invited to the legal prostitution party are the criminals, are the pimps, are the streetwalkers and all that sort of thing. So that's how you phase them out. I mean, or, the mob they couldn't get in if they wanted to, because for the most part, there's going to be a paper trail of malfeasance, right? Yeah. So that's always the argument I make. Like myself, I'm a deceptively straight edge person. I've never drank alcohol. I don't do any drugs, nothing like that.
I'm the same way.
Are you?
I'm 40 years old. I've never been high. I've never been drunk in my whole life.
I'm the same way. And I don't do any gambling. But as a resident of Nevada, I love the fact that all of that is legal, all of it is regulated. So as a taxpayer, even though I don't take part in any of that, it's not being done under the table where there's no tax revenue generated on it, right? So we end up being the biggest taxpayers in any county where we have a brothel for that reason.
And the residents benefit.
Exactly.
Whether they like you or not, they're benefiting.
Right, 100%. And that's why it's been allowed to be legal,
And it is county by county, as I understand.
So legalization. So that's another interesting fact about legal prostitution.
Like my main thing is like, if we just legalize marijuana like Colorado did and Washington did, and you just across the board federally taxed it, that would solve all of our problems.
Yeah, I agree. And we're there now. Nevada just became one of the states to legalize recreationally. And I'm the same way, because even though I don't use that product, I want it to be legal for that reason. To your question, though, because this is an interesting fact about prostitution being legal in Nevada. Most people, and I you could survey your listeners, but as much as Dennis Hof has done, the Cathouse series on HBO and all the press he does and all that, I maintain that the majority of Americans still don't realize that prostitution is legal anywhere in America. The problem becomes once they do realize it's legal, they mistakenly think that it's legal in Nevada all across the entire state. And it's not. The way the law works is prostitution can be legal in any county in Nevada where there are less than, I believe right now the number is 500,000 people. Now, there are only 2 counties in Nevada that have 500,000 people. Clark County, which is where Las Vegas is,
and then Reno.
And Washoe, which is where Reno is, right. So anywhere else you can, but each county determines for themselves whether or not they want to legalize. So you're in Nye County right now. They have decided they want to legalize, but within that legalization, they can make up subsets of rules themselves. So, for example, to work as a legal prostitute in Nye County, you have to be 21 years old. Up in Lyon County, where the Bunny Ranch is, you can be 18. So for whatever reason, one county decides differently than another. And there's some
is
other
there any
rules.
that's like 19, 20, 19.5?
I'll see you're 19 and I'll raise you 18. Yeah, so they can do that. Another interesting one is outdates. So this county has determined, the one you're in Nye, has determined that they don't want the girls going outside of the house with clients, okay? So a girl cannot be out of the house more than 24 hours without being retested. So they have to have a new medical clearance if they're gone longer than 24 hours.
That's a good one, actually.
Up north, where the Bunny Ranch is, we have what are called outdates. The county would allow you to go into the brothel and book we call them parties, book an experience with a girl. And if you want part of that experience to be that you go out to Lake Tahoe or Reno and go to a casino or go to dinner, you can do that. It's not cheap, but you can do it. So that's another way that the counties differ.
Wow. This is awesome.
It makes sense too. I get why they would have it there and not as much here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only about 20 legal brothel licenses in Nevada, period. And we've got 7 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is there a maximum?
Yeah.
Like
no,
one person can
that's another interesting thing is there's no number on it, but they haven't issued a new one in many years, and they want to keep it that way. They want to keep it exclusive. And like I said, the burden to prove up is very high to get one. So what ends up happening
does the legal prostitution in Las Vegas have to take place in a brothel, or can there be independent people that go out?
Got to be in a brothel.
Okay.
Yeah, and could not take place in Las Vegas itself. And that was another part of the point I was making, is that a lot of times people will make the mistake. They'll go to Las Vegas for a convention or something like that. They'll see these, billboard trucks, girls to your door in 20 minutes, the guys with the cards, and they mistakenly think, well, I've heard it's legal here in Nevada. And they call that number. Next thing you know, they're getting arrested or they're catching a venereal disease.
Wow.
So that's something we constantly have to try to educate people about, is it is not legal in Las Vegas. That's why we have free car service. So, if you're in Las Vegas and you're there for a convention or something, you call up Alien Cathouse, aliencathouse.com, by the way, is the website.
Aliencathouse.com.
And just say, hey, I'm in town. I'd like to have a car come out and get me and take me back, and we'll come get you free, no problem.
Safe too, safe from.
Exactly. We'll stay as long as you want.
Something I was kind of curious with, too, like, well, in Chicago, for an example, I guess a lot of people do. So a lot of people, they'll call escorts.
Yeah.
Over to the house. As soon as that escort comes in your house, it's free game.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same thing with the prostitutes in Vegas?
Like the illegal world? No, when you say free game, like what do you
then you could do whatever you want because they're on your property.
Well, so the cat and mouse, so the cat and mouse game is this. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to see prostitutes all day long in hotels in Vegas, the cat and mouse game is this. They're always going to say, oh, well, I'm not with him because he's paying me to have sex. I'm with him because he's just paying me to hang out with him. And while we were just hanging out, I just naturally fell in love with him to the point that I want to, have sex. I mean, you can try that defense. It doesn't work real well, especially if that person is a known prostitute, and then good luck explaining that to your wife or your girlfriend. So that's another thing here, is that, everything is completely anonymous. And the other thing is, too, you don't, not only the health risk you don't have to worry about because everybody's tested, but you also don't have to worry about the criminal element. Because if there were ever any trouble here, which there never is, but if there were ever any trouble, we'd call the cops. The cops would show up, arrest not the prostitute.
You're not going to get your wallet. You're not going to get your wallet stolen here because
there's recourse. If your credit card wasn't charged correctly, the credit card charge doesn't come up Alien Cathouse brothel. It says something that's nondescript,
I think they said,
generic. But the thing is
Panda
that
Express, like. Honey, why did you get $750 worth of Panda Express?
Exactly. But if you ever did have a problem, you could call your credit card company because it's all legitimate and handle it. So there's all recourse. And consequently, we find that people who are looking to cause trouble, they don't want to come into a situation like this anyway. They want to go to a seedy hotel where, they can do whatever. And what's that girl going to do? Call the cops? She's breaking the law too.
Exactly.
Here, they know that, they step out of line and, they get the cops called on. So we don't have that problem.
I never would have thought of those little things.
On the strip, a lot of them are setups.
Well, it's not so much like it's not so much like a sting, because they probably are. I mean, you call that number, you probably really will have an illegal prostitute show up to your room. But you got a number of questions at that point. Number one, are they carrying diseases? Number two, are they of age? Because how would you like to have that happen? All of a sudden you find out there's a 16-year-old in there, and now you're being charged with statutory rape. Or, there could be a pimp show up and go, okay, well, you know what? Go ahead and give me all your money and your jewelry or whatever, and, I won't kill you. Man. So those are all legitimate concerns that you have at that point, and that, I mean, it sounds scary because it is, but I mean, that really is something we sort of try to educate people about, you come out here and keep yourself safe.
It's incredible.
It's crazy.
So listeners, spend the little extra money, get your ass out to one of these safe places and party.
That's what I say. I say, it's like a boob job. You get what you pay for. There's good ones and there's bad ones. And saving the money up front seems like a good idea until you are carrying the bad boob job around.
Or LASIK surgery.
Or that.
I got a discount at the kiosk at the mall.
Yeah.
I mean, I only have one eye now, but whatever. It was cheap.
Now, Richard, this used to be, where we're sitting, used to be the Cherry Patch 2. Do I have that correct?
Yeah, so the way that Dennis purchased all the brothels, he has owned the Bunny Ranch since the early part of the 90s. And then up there we also have the Love Ranch North, the Kit Kat, the Sagebrush. What he was doing is he was kind of going around and slowly buying up all his competition. A few years ago when the stock market and the real estate market and all that crashed, everybody, was selling. And the good news is in situations like that is if you're flush with cash, that's a great time to buy stuff on the cheap.
Sure.
So these Southern Nevada brothels were for sale. This one, the Love Ranch Vegas, and they were real dilapidated at the point. I mean, Dennis put millions of dollars into remodeling them all so they would be nice places to stay and all that. They looked like a shit. I mean, you wouldn't even recognize the place if you saw the way they used to look. So he got them for cheap, but it was important to acquire these for him because when people hear Nevada, they think Las Vegas. And for years and years, and this was him coming on my radio show. He would come on my radio show, no matter how many times he said Northern Nevada, Reno, Lake Tahoe area, I would get emails from my listeners going, hey, I'm going to be in Las Vegas for a convention next week. I'm going to see your buddy at the Bunny Ranch.
No,
I'm like, all right, well, either buy a plane ticket or get ready to drive 8 hours because it's the whole other side of the state. So now we can service, if you will, every corner of the state.
Strategic.
And we're a 4-hour drive from LA. So, California, if you're in the Southern California area, you come see us. If you're in the San Francisco, Sacramento, San Jose area, you go over to the Bunny Ranch.
Wow. Any stories from the Cherry Patch 2? Dilapidated, old, right? It was an old running brothel. Do you know of anything that actually... What I'm driving at is on the property. Anything in its history that's dark, creepy, kind of up our alley?
Well, the girls have probably the better perspectives on that because they've got their ghost stories and, this room was haunted or something doesn't seem quite right.
This room is haunted by the ghost of a prostitute that pretended to be dead.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that can't bring on any bad
energy,
spirits,
at least.
Right. I personally tend to think that, a lot of those superstitions have some practical basis behind them. So, like, for example, you guys took a tour of the house. I don't know if you noticed in any of the rooms, some of the girls have money on the floor, like by the door. It'll just be like change. And they have this superstition that the saying goes, money on the floor brings money through the door, right? So it's this old mindset that if there's money on the floor, first of all, it's really bad luck to pick it up. Don't ever pick it up. And then you leave it there and it brings money in. Now, I personally think that you could trace that myth back to some prostitute like in the Wild West days where some cowboy dropped a poker chip on the floor and she was quick thinking and went, oh, that's bad luck if you pick that up. You better leave it there. And he's like, I guess I will. Word just gets around,
Interesting.
No, from what I understand, I think, prostitution, it's the oldest profession.
It is.
Right, yeah.
There's a reason.
And so, this just kind of like, oh my God. Do you remember when we went to that the place in Chicago where it was the old
the restaurant
upstairs?
Above the restaurant, the old brothel.
We had a lot of prostitution in Chicago back then.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And we were lucky enough to get the chance to, explore and feel and, look at so basically this upstairs area has not been touched since when, like the 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
It was boarded up. They haven't been up there since then. It's about like the 40s.
Oh wow, okay.
And we pried the doors open, all the wood and everything, nails, and door opens. We're like, oh my God, no one's been up here for how many centuries, And I mean, and then you saw all the rooms that the prostitutes like hung out at. Like we found like little vials, like where they had their drugs, like crucifix. Like
didn't we find like love letters and
weird
little
stuff.
weird knickknacks, almost like totems or something?
Wow. Yeah.
It was really
Awesome.
cool to stumble upon that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. So going back to tradition and superstition and
Yeah, they'll tell
it
you a lot
was
about that.
cool.
It's very similar to sports and athletic people. They all have their weird superstition. Like
Don't
keeping
change my socks. These
keeping
are the same socks I wear every game.
Or the same jocks.
No, and,
or
the girls
whatever.
have those stories too, where like they because yeah, if you describe this on the show, but when you come to the Alien Cathouse and you ring the buzzer, you'll come in. The cashier greets you at the door, and then they ring the bell, and the girls come out and line up. Hi, my name is Cindy. Hi, my name is Rachel. Whatever, and the girls.
Those seem like pretty regular names.
I try to suggest that they be regular names, and let me tell you why.
Oh,
to me. I need to be able. This may be just me. I need to be able to suspend disbelief. Okay, so you're telling me your name is Candy, and it may not really be Candy, but some people are actually named Candy, so at least I can believe that. There's no way I can believe your name is Orgasma. You know what I mean? Like I can't say that back to you.
Right.
So, but I was going to say, superstition-wise, a lot of the girls, if they are getting picked a lot, wearing a certain outfit, certain dress, or whatever, that's their go-to. It's like they're they don't want to blow the no-hitter.
Right.
Ironically,
I want to ask a question too.
No pun intended.
Dave and I, we feel stuff,
yes,
energies, and I took a walk around, the hotel or the ranch.
Yeah.
And there's a few areas where I felt some things happened. I mean, say all of them are just. There's one specific thing I figured you would know.
Mm-hmm. By the way, if you're talking about this hallway, the air conditioning is out.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I mean, it is, but I'm assuming that's not where you're going.
Joe
with
is
this.
like,
I know. It's
okay.
I'm like, I don't want to say anything yet.
No, what do you got?
Okay, so all right. Firstly, by the massage parlor, there's
this way. Yes,
there's a little hallway. I felt a little right over there. That was the first thing that I felt.
Okay.
The second was when the room with the big bed. It was like $15,000 a night and up.
Yes.
The furniture in there. That's what I felt from. Is the furniture.
I thought you were going to say you felt a lot of buyer's remorse. You felt a lot of
maybe that's what
credit
it
card
is.
statements, right?
But,
the furniture.
But with the
that's
furniture and especially the cabinet or on the right side. I was drawn more to that.
Okay.
But and the weight room, I felt like just. It was a good feel, but it was like electric and just happy, but full.
Well, that's interesting. So we have a gym, kind of a gym area is what you're talking about with the weight room. And, maybe in that sense, I mean, just following the thought, you're going to have people back there that are exercising, energetic, achieving physical betterment, maybe. I don't know with that. Now, the furniture, that's interesting because a lot of our furniture is... we'll get at like some sort of liquidation or like an auction house. It's usually like a high-end type auction house. But, Dennis is, because he's got 7 houses to outfit, he's always at things like that looking for, and especially the ornate, the red velvet, so, anything that kind of fits with the look. But because of that, because you're getting these large, wood-carved headboards and all that kind of stuff, who knows what the history of those has been. That's interesting.
Transient energy. I say it's like stepping on gum. You don't realize it until you start tracking it through everywhere you visit.
I have a lot of antiques. I just collect weird stuff, and I know when I bring things home.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting point, because that, I wouldn't even, I'm sure those pieces of furniture have history. I just don't know exactly what they would always be. Now, the massage room...
The hallway. Not the massage room, the hallway into the massage room.
Okay.
That was the first thing I felt. As I was walking that way,
I'll tell you one weird thing about, and I don't know if that massage table is one of them or not, but Dennis did get when Michael Jackson died, and he had that creepy doctor Conrad Murray, the guy who was giving him all that. Okay, so that guy had a storage unit that he let, he didn't pay the rent on. And Dennis bought a bunch of stuff out of it when they auctioned it all off. And I know Several of the items were like examining tables and massage tables and things like that. I mean, I don't know if that's one of them that's in there or not.
Right.
But that is definitely something we would use because we need a massage room in each one of our brothels. So, who knows? The furniture thing is interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe something to look into later on down the line. So you might hear something like, I remember Joel said about the furniture.
Yeah, I didn't know if there were stories or if it meant anything. And it's not like the strongest feeling I did have, like where it shot through me was that the hallway going into the massage room there.
Yeah.
And then it was almost like kind of like, I guess like a newer feel. In the room, it was kind of more like a dark, not a dark, but like an older energy. In the room with the bed, with the furniture. But I was drawn more to the cabinet, the dresser, and the furniture. And then something I noticed about the room with the exercise room is you guys have a bunch of mirrors in there. So maybe and my grandma's house, she has a lot of stuff in it, and she has a lot of mirrors back to back, so they're facing each other. And some people say don't do that because you can pull in things and things come out. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know
get
if it's
stuck
true
as
or
well.
not.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I saw that.
Hey,
I thought that might have something to do with it.
Are you? Well,
soon to be, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm gonna give up my seat here in a second. I don't know what these guys have planned, but
I got the butt plug in and it's vibrating right now.
All right. Well, there you go, guys.
Butt plug in and it's vibrating right now.
What a coincidence! So does Dave.
Yeah. He
not lying.
No.
He felt it was lower than Portland.
Yeah, I didn't know. I said congratulations. I didn't know what to.
Oh, you had a hand in this. Okay.
I didn't know how to respond to that.
You really don't smile, maybe?
Usually when it's just a guy in a park that's telling me that, I'm like, well, that's cool. You want to go talk in the bushes for a while?
So Taylor, do you have some time to speak with us a little bit?
No, why don't I? You want me to? We'll swap out here, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Richard, thank you so much.
I really appreciate you guys being here. Absolutely, and just let me know if you guys need anything. Enjoy the rest of your stay, and you'll be in good hands with.
Can we
the
get
girls.
a quote from you, Richard?
Yes, sure. Anything you? A quote like a. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, it depends on what you're interested in. My necrophilia party is considered a premium, so I believe there's a credit check.
Can we
involved
braid
in
your
that.
hair and hold it?
All right. Well, now
you're scaring him off.
All right. I'm gonna hand you over to Taylor. Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot,
Richard. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hi, Taylor. Oh wait. I should probably wait till you have a mic, huh? Yeah. You are important.
So Taylor is here with us now, and I'm not quite sure how to.
Dave, for the first, I just snorted.
I don't know how to explain
for the first time.
Describe.
Dave is speechless.
I'm not speechless. I'm just trying to find out because it's like your mom listens to this.
My mom does listen to the show. This is true. Ma, I love you, Ma.
Butt plug right now.
So there's I don't know, Taylor. You explain it in the family friendliest terms you can as to what is happening right this moment.
Or not family friendly.
Okay.
You could just explain. You could say whatever you want on this show. There you go.
Like G-rated or something.
No, we don't really edit very often.
No, we curse every once in a while.
I edit a lot.
Oscar edits a lot. Yeah, he edits a lot.
So yeah, go ahead.
What is happening right now?
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm sitting here with a vibrating butt. Oh. Edit that.
She's probably used to that.
Edit that out, Oscar.
I'm sitting here with a vibrating butt plug on and inside me.
Okay, and that's not a euphemism for anything.
What is euphemism?
That's what's
not like a
happening.
metaphor. It's just literally exactly what's happening.
I really did buy a vibrating sex plug from the store here.
Okay, you get a discount, like a employee discount on that.
Well, Dave was asking because he wants one. He was wondering if he could hook up.
Yeah, well, that's just another thing about the Alien Cathouse. A customer could come in and party with a girl and also shop
or
for...
just with Taylor Gates.
Or just with Taylor. Go ahead, say it. No, go ahead. One more time, because I think I cut you off.
What?
Or party with.
Yeah, or party with Taylor Gates.
Taylor Gates. Look her up. You won't be disappointed. But they could party with Taylor Gates and then go and purchase items to help that party progress rapidly.
Yeah, I'm into all kinds of weird and kinky shit.
Yeah, it's funny because our producer is into the same weird and kinky shit as well.
Yeah, like if you can think it and tell me about it, then I'm down to do it no matter what it is.
There you go. Well,
it might be fun for our bonus episode.
I'm going to have to steer it to the weird and the wild, the freaky, the scary. Do you have? So Richard was mentioning that the girls who work here have stories about the Alien Cathouse being possibly haunted, certain areas, traditions you guys have. What's the word I'm looking at? Not only traditions, but superstitions.
Oh.
About putting change or money by the door?
Yeah, that's supposed to be good luck.
Do you have any particular superstitions or traditions to help your life in any way?
I don't know if to help my life, but I have been told I'm the most superstitious person ever. Like, have you ever heard of don't split poles when you're walking with somebody?
Sure. Yeah.
You know what that means?
No. Yeah,
don't
hold the hands. You cannot. You got to walk around.
If you're walking next to somebody, you just don't walk in between. Let something in between. It's bad luck.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, we do it. I do it at home. I mean,
believe that.
That's true.
I tell people that don't even know it. They're like, don't split poles.
You grab them from. Who the hell is this woman? What else?
I know. That's what a lot of people say. Who in the hell? Where the fuck did she come from?
I think there is one exception to that. Is if there's a wild boar charging at you, it's okay to let them go between you at that point, or something like that.
I would actually just grab Dave and just shield myself.
With the board,
Dave.
yeah.
No, with Dave.
Any other superstitions that you have that apply to maybe here at the Alien Cathouse to help your business, to help success, anything like that? To ward off evil things?
Well, at the travel center, they sell necklaces that are supposed to be rocks to mean something. I got all of them. There's only 3. One says business success. I was like, I should wear that all the time.
Right, yeah.
And one is black and white, and it absorbs negative energy, and it's supposed to turn it into good energy.
Okay.
I believe that stuff, but I'm a Pisces, so I believe stuff like that.
Joe does as well. He's into rocks and all that as well. He believes in it too.
I know. We bonded when we were sitting.
Oh, did you talk about the rocks? Yeah, absolutely. How about let's talk about ghosts, aliens? I mean, your work here in the alien capital of the world. Have you ever seen anything in the sky late at night? You're outside?
No, I haven't. But I haven't looked though. Been out there focused on that shit either though.
Got it.
Nothing ever been weirded me out.
Even here inside the Cathouse.
But
okay.
I was at the Love Ranch for a year, and I came here just a couple weeks ago. So maybe it's new to me.
Anything happened at the Love Ranch that freaks you out? Well, in the realm of things you can't see, or
have you met any weird, really secretive customers that seem like they might be otherworldly, or maybe work in a military installation and have are really guarded about their personal life and don't really open up, that kind of thing?
Well, I can't remember which one you said, but something caught my attention there. You said weird, okay, just repeat what you said so I can bring back.
So basically, have you had any customers that might be working at a secret military installation?
That's what I was looking for. Okay, I did have actually a client yesterday.
Yeah, you ask them what do you do, and they're just oh, I work for a business.
Let her finish. Let's see.
I guess he didn't do it specifically, but he said that he works at the prison or something. His dream job was to be espionage, CIA, or something like that, and I've never even heard of that. So he tried to explain it to me, but I'm all the way out there, but that was on a different level.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say that was old boy from yesterday.
It did kind of freak me out, though.
Yeah, right.
Well, did he have blonde hair?
No.
Oh, the wrong one.
Oh, he was also gay, so.
Yeah,
he was very into the CIA.
What about weird customers? Any customer ever just really creep you out? And you're like, I don't want it. Money, I don't want it. No, F off.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we can skip it. Sure, whatever you feel comfortable saying.
Okay, so all right, we'll move on to the next subject.
Yeah, I don't want to talk.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
so
that is.
Does that mean you have to go?
Was that 3? So, listeners, what you just heard is the lineup. That's we're in a working day. So
the rule is, it don't matter what the fuck you're doing. When you hear that doorbell, you go.
So is that your cue?
Well, no, that was somebody ringing the doorbell to come in.
Oh, okay.
But if you pay attention, the doorbell sounds different.
Oh.
Our bell.
Gotcha.
Yeah, our bell sounds different.
Okay, gotcha.
And at the Love Ranch, they wait the whole 90 seconds for you to get there before they start introducing. Here is not so much.
Oh, so when that rings, you got to run.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's
okay.
like intense. Like you have to get there. Sometimes it doesn't even seem like they wait like 20 seconds. How long do you get down the hallway in 20 seconds?
Yeah, and then what starts happening if you're not there during that lineup?
Oh,
are you
miss out?
Oh, okay.
You miss out, and I get pissed.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't miss a lot of bells here.
Gotcha. Joe, it looked like you were going to say something.
Yeah, all right. So I don't know if they told us. Well, you guys too much because we only told a few people. But Dave and I, we feel things.
Yeah.
And when I walked around, I got a couple feels from the place. The first place is the hallway right into the massage parlor. That little hallway.
Okay.
Second place I got was the room was like $15,000 and up a night.
Oh, $1,500.
Oh, $1,500.
The VIP suite.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The furniture in there. That's what I was really feeling it from. And then the third place was the exercise room. I don't know if there's.
Have you had?
Okay, I was told, and I don't know if it's true or not because I didn't ask a second party, but I heard that somebody died here.
Where?
In that room.
A VIP?
No.
The exercise room?
No.
Or, I'm sorry, the massage room?
No, it's on the other side. It's where the pool table is?
Yes.
It's that room. Nothing's back there to show you because it's like.
Okay, but the hallway.
I'll have to show you because it's like.
It's the hallway I'm talking about that's going into it.
No. It's it's right there. Like with pool table, you don't go in. You don't go through the parlor or the bar.
Uh-huh.
You just walk straight, and there's our laundry room, and then there's another bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
But Layloni is in there now. But I didn't. I was in that room, and I didn't even know that. Somebody told me that, and I was like, "Ooh."
And they never told you the story on how they.
No, I can't. It doesn't come to mind, but we can check it out when.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
I really did.
But when I walked that way, I felt it in my
Wow.
back. So I don't know. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know.
Interesting. Cool.
Is there anything about the other rooms I talked about?
Not that I know of, but I just got here a couple weeks ago.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
I haven't felt anything, but I did go. Okay, where the Love Ranch is, I've been inside the old one, like Cherry Patch Bar, that one, and it's old fashioned, but you would go crazy there.
With the energy?
Oh yeah, the energy.
Wow.
I feel energy too. Like I pick up on people's energy. Like I can walk into a room and I can know in like 3 seconds who dislikes me, and
That's a gift, man. That's a gift. And do you find yourself being accurate? And sure enough, so you peg someone, that person doesn't like me, and later in the future, they actually, you find out they do not like you or something, they do something.
Well, probably not too much in the near future. Probably I don't even can associate with that person so I don't go them farther. Wow.
I wish I had that gift. I don't really have that gift. I'm pretty dense.
Well,
Intuition, yeah.
Speaking with him and him, now I want to embrace it. I want to get the best of it.
Absolutely.
I want to. Because I know, okay, I say this before. You know how all are welcome but few are chosen? Right. I swear to God, and it's not being stupid, I feel like I'm the chosen one.
And what do you think that means?
I don't know what okay, physical. I'm the whole package except I'm missing fake tits.
There you go. Yeah, she is.
Not but I've seen, other girls' body shapes, and I got a good one, that's what I'm saying.
God bless.
That's just a physical appearance. I can also, I'm a DIYer. I do everything myself. It doesn't matter if it's men's only stuff, but yeah, I'm a DIYer.
So good with a box of tools, fix things.
I can hook subs up in your car.
Oh man, I miss those days.
I'm sure she's good with tools in her box.
I used to have.
Oh, hey.
I used to have.
Oh my God.
High five, anyone?
He just reminded me, he said tools in my box, so I was thinking, okay, my box is my pussy, right? I have left Kegel balls in there right now.
Oh, all right.
I mean, we got to.
I sometimes forget my keys.
So does Dave.
Dave forgets his keys.
So does Dave.
Sometimes sometimes I like stick my cell phone in my back pocket and forget it's there, and then I'm like, "Where's my cell phone?" So I know exactly how you feel.
Have you ever forgot you lost your cell phone, but you're talking on it, so you're asking the other person?
Yeah, that happens all the time.
What about those weird lizards? Did you see the weird lizards we caught earlier? Well, Dave has those in his ass too.
Oh,
well, there it is.
I mean, yeah,
they're gonna have babies.
He hopes.
Interesting. Cool. Well, anything else you might like to say or talk about?
What's the craziest thing that's ever happened here?
Good question.
Oh, I have to say, I've only been
2 weeks, right?
Just a couple weeks.
In working at these various places that you work, what's the craziest, weirdest, freakiest customer you've ever had?
Oh, I don't know.
It's like you're thinking, like, there's so many.
I know. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
She keeps on looking at you.
Anything jump out, stick out?
Okay, one I thought it was really weird because girls were passing him down, like we did lineup, and at the Love Ranch, you have to wait till they're done with the tour till you can leave, so see if he wants to book or not, and then if he doesn't, then you just say, okay, you can try one of our other ladies, because we're all different with different prices and rooms and tours and everything. And so this person got passed down like 2 times, and I was the third. I don't know why. It was just he wanted me to jack him off with my feet. He had a foot fetish.
Wow.
And I was like, why would other girls have a problem with that?
That doesn't even seem that weird.
Yeah.
I know.
On the scale of things you could be asked to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought it was kind of weird, but I was like, oh, I'm a Pisces. Feet is my body part. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. Are you into astrology?
Kind of.
Now, what if a guy came in and he's like, I want you to jack me off with 2 fish pressed together? Then you're like, then you could also have the same. I'm Pisces, so that works for me too.
2 what?
Fish.
2 fish.
Because the Pisces is fish.
Yeah.
Like their sign.
Well, just look up carp fishing.
So you're a Pisces.
Yeah.
I'm a Gemini.
Okay.
Oscar, what are you?
It's an inside thing.
He's a Capricorn.
I'm
Joe,
trying
what are
to
you?
see now. God damn it! Now I try to think. Okay, what's your all's body parts? Off the top of my head, I don't fucking know.
I didn't realize the zodiac signs had body parts. That's really interesting.
Pisces is feet. I know.
What's Libra? I'm a Libra.
See, now that's all I don't know.
It's all right. It's okay. It's okay.
A Libra is with the lips.
And what are you,
Are
Joe?
you a Libra?
So you're a wait.
That's right.
That means you've got a good mouth.
Taurus. You and my daughter are the same. Right. You're
a Taurus.
Yeah.
Yours, I know. It's your back.
My back hurts so bad.
That's why it's your best and your worst asset. I think. Like, okay, me, I always have dancer's feet. Like, I have to get pedicures and stuff, but I got such little cute feet, you know.
I want to know what my.
So a Taurus is. It's the
back. The back, yeah. It's like
Taylor,
you've got a strong back, like you can.
I guess sometimes.
Not just physically strong though, too. You know, like nothing can hold you down.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's my deep thinking again.
There it is.
Taylor, you wouldn't happen to be a huge Jimmy Buffett fan, would you?
I don't know. He sings stuff, right?
You have a parrot on your shoulder.
Oh, I'll tell you why I got that.
Okay.
Because I repeat myself all the time, so now I have lenience. So now it's okay. Now people can't get mad if I keep repeating myself. It's because I either really, really, really want you to know something, or I forgot I told you.
One time.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Oh well, no, it was my pleasure.
Thanks.
And I sat with the vibrating butt plug on and in the whole time still.
Yes, I mean that's probably a podcast first.
And Oscar here behind me was
operating the.
Yes, he was the operator.
Butt plug.
Oscar was driving.
Operating it. Because it goes stronger and lighter.
Okay, good. Okay, Dave went to round up the next victim, and we'll see who he brings back. All right, Dave, round up another victim. Rounded up another victim. Layloni, my favorite. Welcome to the SOS-Radio podcast.
Thank you.
What was that? It was like that. Don't be nervous. you'll do great. So we were just talking to Taylor and Richard before that, just asking about haunted things, anything weird, creepy, spooky, extraterrestrial, being in the area, the alien mecca of the world. Have you ever looked up in the sky and seen something? Maybe it's a creepy customer you had, just something that's off, something different.
Yeah, I'm trying to find
That-
out
and
if anyone's ever had like a customer that seems like they're very guarded about their personal life, like they might work for the military or secret.
Basically,
police
want to know
or
if Area
anything like that.
51 employees come in here and party.
I really don't believe so. I've never seen anybody that's come in here pretty guarded. They usually cry because they're married or they're scared.
So guys will come in.
That's gotta be pretty
all
exciting.
gung ho. I'm married. I'm doing this, and then they wind up crying.
Yes, I've had a guy cry because
Wow.
I scared him.
What?
You are very intimidating.
Get out of here.
Oh, thank you, Dave.
So was it that, or was it the fact that he stepped out, or do you think it was you would literally scared him?
I think I literally scared him
That's awesome.
because he's never done doggy or things like that. So he,
Wait, never done. Oh, you mean you to him?
yeah.
You probably get like crazy Mormons
okay.
in here and stuff that are like super like reserved and things like that.
No, Mormons don't come see us, but churchmen on Harleys come to our door and tell us that they want to pray for us.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So what happens at that point? Do you guys
No.
call the cops to get them out, or what?
No, they don't even ask us our name. We can't get out of lineup till we say our name. So pretty much they're just standing there because they don't want us to introduce ourselves.
Wow. Anyone ever try to get crazy with you guys? Like these overzealous
No.
religious people trying to actually get physical and remove you from the premises? Or
Oh, no, I've never had that problem.
If someone did that, what would you do?
I'll kick their ass.
There you go.
So-
There you go. And anything I learned through the tour, anything's a weapon.
Yes.
Cool. Good. Dave, what are you going to say?
What's your favorite weapon to use on unruly customers?
Like you?
Yes.
Yes.
If you had okay,
Dave already
so-
tried 4 times today.
So we're in the kitchen right now. What would you use as a weapon right now if one of us got too rowdy with you?
I'd probably hit you with your own mic.
Oh, all right. But it's got this foam thing on it. That's
No,
right.
the other end.
It's got a wire on. I don't know if that's going to do anything. I mean,
Do you want me to show you?
You have a.
I want you to show them.
You have a toaster over there. Like you have a frying pan. You got a blender.
No, but
These
it has,
cords are really thick.
You have to be near me. So if you're doing something to me near me, I can't reach that. It has to be something I can reach.
All right.
You could just be like,
Yeah, crush an Altoid in your eye. That would
The
stop
first
you.
thing she would do is take off your glasses and just throw them so you can't see.
Now you're fucked.
oh, you can't see?
I can't see without my glasses.
Oh, thank you for letting me know.
Now you know my weakness.
Oh, good.
You could literally control his life over a pair of glasses.
Awesome sauce.
Okay.
I do have a spare in the car, so
You have to make it out here to get to your car.
There you go.
I guess so. And there is a bottle right there. You can probably break that, shove it into my neck, whatever.
Are you into things like that?
Not really. I mean, not willingly, anyways.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, since how long have you been at the Alien Cathouse?
I worked here last year and then I came back.
That's right.
I've been here a month and 2 weeks.
So a year and 2 weeks, roughly,
Yes.
right? In those year and 2 weeks, as you mentioned in our tour, you stay here for a month at a time, correct?
Yes.
So you're living, you're sleeping, you're working, you're relaxing, you're doing your thing. Out of all that time, has anything strange ever happened to you here that made you question, did I just see that, or did that just happen, or...
No, just certain people that I work with did I really just see you do that? Are you really doing that? That's the only questionable thing.
Can you give us an example of exactly what you might be speaking about?
I've seen someone pull their hair out all of a sudden in the middle of the floor.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
By the root, just...
No, they were wearing fake hair, but they decided that they wanted to undo their hair in the middle of the floor.
Wow.
Yeah.
What else?
I've seen someone make a raccoon out their ass.
We saw that today.
Yeah, that's
We said Taylor had a real raccoon tail, right? It was real.
Yes.
I don't think. I think it was a foxtail because it wasn't. It wasn't
a
ringed,
raccoon.
It wasn't
when
ringed like
we
a
first
raccoon.
walked
It's not a
in,
raccoon.
there was. Yeah. So Oscar just educated me that fluffy tail was actually a
Yeah,
a butt
Layloni
plug.
told me this earlier. It was very informative.
Yeah, it's a butt plug, and it's. She says, "What is it?"
I've seen skunks and rabbits, not that
Now,
one,
can you
though.
explain to maybe Jay's mother what a butt plug is for?
David, Jesus Christ, man. Mom, if you didn't turn off the radio by this time, I'm not to blame anymore. You're the only person to blame.
It was entirely Jay's idea to come here. He knew what he was getting into. He knew he was bringing me and Joe and Oscar. So,
but I think it might have been your idea to stay.
Well, I mean,
see, his mom's gonna have to come get you now.
I guess.
And my mom she don't play around.
No.
You know, you're supposed to be the leader, Dave. Gosh.
Jay
wait a minute. Who decided this?
Jay is the
in the
leader
room
here.
over there. And they were talking.
We let Jay take the lead on everything.
And I love you guys for it. But back to Layloni. What were we talking about?
We were talking about ass plugs.
I mean, how did I steer off of that?
Has there ever been like a ghost butt plug? Is that a thing?
Okay, so now coming back full circle to the paranormal. Thank you, Dave. So Joe, Joe found 3 areas in the building. Joe and Dave are both ultra sensitive to the energy associated with a haunting.
Is that why he's so grouchy?
I don't know why he's grouchy.
No,
It's kind of like
Dave forgot his butt plug.
So generally surly.
Yeah, he's we call him the Scully of the group. He's always, we're really excited, something's happening, and he's like, guys, it's just the wind, or it's an optical illusion.
Grumpy.
Yeah, right. I don't want to make this isn't about Dave. How is it keep going back to Dave? Bring it back to Layloni.
Because she likes Dave, that's why.
Oh,
don't get mad. You like Taylor and her butt plug.
Look at it, dude. Look at his.
Yeah.
Look, when Dave gets nervous, they get tighter. And
I was chewing on my lip.
All right.
Dave's getting nervous.
So Joe pinpointed 3 areas in the building that has energy. One was the furniture in the VIP room. He was getting something coming off of the furniture. The other was
the hallway by the massage room. The hallway. The third part. All right. So first,
and then the workout room, just so we could finish that.
Yeah, the workout room. The first one, as soon as I took a walk through, boom, the hallway, like by the massage parlor, it just, boom, my back just shot up. I'm like, oh, okay, something's right here. You already got the look, like something happened. Second is, I wasn't really feeling too much in here at all. It's a big place. The second was the high-end room, the VIP room. But as soon as I walked in, I'm like, ooh, there is something in here. But I was
the Daddy D suite.
Huh?
The Daddy D suite.
Yes. Yeah. To the furniture though, like especially the cabinet, the dresser on the right hand side. Like I was really drawn to that area. The third part was the workout room. But the workout room, it was a happy, good feeling, but it was like just thick and full of energy. I don't know if that means anything. You're smiling.
Well, I've heard that we have a hooker ghost, and she lives on that hallway, but I've never seen it. No. Mm-hmm. But also, it wasn't at this house. There was a girl that used to work at the Bunny Ranch a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. It's been years ago. If you look on Dennis's page, you'll see she was murdered. So they always will rest in peace to her. She wasn't murdered in our establishment.
Yeah. Right.
She had went home. So maybe she comes by to say hi.
Was it like a domestic thing, or was it a client, or like who was it that?
I have no clue.
Any of the rooms or no?
I really don't know. It's years back.
Wow. Now, what about the one here? Because Taylor said she heard the same thing, that there was...
She specifically said that somebody died in your room.
No, she didn't say Laylani's room.
Yeah, she said Laylani's room at the end of
No, I think she said Laylani's in her room.
Yeah, she said, well, Laylani's room is the room she's in.
It's the room that you can't go into that they're working, I think.
I think
bullshit.
That's... Okay.
That's bullshit. Call it right out.
That's what she said.
Okay.
We could go back and listen, but
is there anything with that hallway with
I've never heard anyone dying here. The reason why you can't go in the other room that's closed is because it's a wet room. So the wet room consists of, it bubbles up. We have showers, we have soap, we have chocolate syrups, things like that, and a neuro massage. They're remodeling it because there's a hole in the wall. So that's why you can't go in there.
All right, so I got to ask, how did the hole in the wall get there?
I have no clue. I was not here at that time.
Okay, maybe it was a crazy neuro massage. Too much oil, things went flying.
Sounds like something Dave would do again.
But you had heard just a rumor that someone a prostitute might have died here in this building, correct?
No, I've never heard that anyone died here. No.
Oh, I thought that's what you said.
No, I heard that
one of the girls was murdered, but it didn't happen here or at one of the.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Previous
Did I mishear
or
it,
anything.
Oscar?
I mean, no one knows.
You heard the same thing I did, right? Yeah. Okay. Thought I'm going crazy.
No, I heard there was a hooker ghost here. I never heard that someone died here.
Right, because
that's
a
what
lot
it
of these
was.
are
Okay,
rumors
thank you for
and
clarifying.
secondhand stuff, so we don't know what happened when, where.
Got it.
Right.
Richard was mentioning something about some of the workers here have their own superstitions and rituals that they might do to promote better business or perform well or
I've
just
heard
be
of
safe.
them. I've never seen them.
Do you have any yourself or any sort of superstitions or?
Yeah, I feel like money on the floor brings money to the door.
That's
the one thing that we heard about.
Yeah. So do all the girls here do that?
No.
Okay.
What? No. Okay. So let's say that one day you look down, all right, and your money's gone, but there's a bunch of spiders there. Would you then expect a bunch of spiders at the door? Like a giant spider? Or okay, let's say a human comes to the door, but they're actually just made of spiders.
She's about ready to whip your ass. Look at that look.
All right, never mind.
I'd leave them there for you.
Okay. I appreciate it.
And remember, you gave me your card. I know how to find you.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah, you'll have to fix that problem.
Okay.
Because you brought them here. They came because of you.
All right. Sorry.
Now, do all the girls here generally get along with one another?
For the most part, I would assume so. I don't come out of my room like that unless y'all are here or customers are here.
Oh, you stay to your own?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you hate everyone.
Probably better, right?
What?
Because you hate everyone? You're just very hard to get along with?
Not like you, okay?
She's good. She's good.
What's the craziest thing you've witnessed here?
It's a good question.
Witnessed here?
Yeah. Or
doesn't matter.
Done here? Like something that just blew your mind. Like, wow, that's nuts. In a place where pretty much anything goes, what has done it for you to say that's not something?
Well, the
normal.
craziest thing that I've done here, I booked a party with a group of people, one guy, 3 or 4 girls. We did not have sex, but they all dressed up in our costumes, and we took pictures, and it made it look like I was choking her, eating her pussy, made it look like she's eating my pussy, made it look like I was beating her up in the room that I'm in now when it used to be our BSDM room.
Ah, okay. And none of this was actually going on. It was staged. Could I ask, I don't know if you can answer, if you can't just say no, how much did you charge for that? If you can't, that's fine. You could just say I can't.
I can't really answer that, but I could tell you it was a lot of money.
So, simulated, was it easy?
Yeah, it was pretty easy.
So, a lot of money. How long did it take?
An hour because they were taking their own pictures.
So, what did you do?
They were taking pictures of me and her.
Oh, right. Okay. Just give me a slap if I say something stupid. So, I want to be able to do that, to make that kind of money for an hour, and that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Am I the only one that agrees that that's pretty damn cool?
Yes.
I'll take pictures, yeah.
I don't have a mic all the time, but yes, I'm agreeing with you.
Thank you, Oscar.
I agree.
Okay, so that's the craziest thing you've done. How about seen or heard that has happened for a client?
We've all seen the same craziest thing that I've ever seen.
What's that?
The raccoon butt plug.
Was it? So were we witness to the craziest thing that's ever happened here?
Yes, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
High five. We were here for that.
I feel like there's got to be crazier
That was a
things
really
than
weak high five.
There are crazier things, but not everywhere has to be that crazy either. I mean, It's not a big deal. Not everyone would request that, is my point.
I
So
guess.
it's still like a rare thing overall.
No, it was only crazy to me because I didn't know that they made those with animal hair. I've seen them. That's the only reason why it was crazy because I never knew that they make them like
Never
that.
assume that. They make one for Sailor Moon, like back flower thing. They make it for a lot of things.
Oscar, how do you know this?
I just, I'm a worldly person.
You are a worldly person.
Research on Google.
I like to read a lot. I like to read a lot. Reading pictures.
Reading pictures.
I like how he acts like he's worldly. He's like, oh yes, I read a lot of sex catalogs, so I'm very familiar and well versed.
Well, that's why he said he reads a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
And he uses Google.
Yeah.
You should know. You use Facebook a lot, so.
I do use Facebook.
Are you guys Facebook friends yet, Layloni and Dave?
No.
Is this going to happen?
No.
No.
She's not going to be my Facebook friend.
She just seems like she'd be the greatest person to just go out, drink, and get into a bar fight with or something. Doesn't she?
Yeah. And she
Like she would whip some ass. Or just shut some people down.
Ever.
I don't know if we asked before.
She got kind of like a Cassandra from Wayne's World sort of vibe going on.
Oh, because the lovely Cassandra. Yeah. Where are you from again, Layloni?
I'm originally from Mississippi.
Mississippi.
But I moved to Arizona for 2 years, then I moved to California for 2 years, and then I moved to Vegas.
So you live in Vegas now, right?
Yes.
Okay. And where in California did you live?
I lived in SoCal area, like Linwood.
Okay. Is that anywhere near like Irvine?
No, that's near Compton. It's 5 minutes out of Compton.
I've been to Compton.
Yes, I love Compton.
I grew up on that shit. So when I went there for work, my big boy job, I went beeline right to Compton. And I stood outside the Compton sign and I took a selfie.
You what?
And I took a selfie.
Oh, nice.
I couldn't have done that in 91.
You're weird.
Well, probably because
I am weird. Thank you.
we
You're weird.
didn't have selfies or cell phone technology that would have done that.
It was a much different place. Compton is not the Compton of Dr. Dre era, Eazy-E era. It's different, right?
No.
It is. It's all built up and beautiful.
Well, they had to rebuild it.
No, Compton is not built up and beautiful.
What I saw was
Are you talking
great.
about Long Beach Boulevard?
No, not Long Beach. No.
I'm from that area.
I stood by the Compton sign in middle of Compton.
No, I'm
Or
talking
the starting
about
of Compton.
Long Beach Boulevard area.
Help me out. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
Is that in Compton?
That was
or?
in LA,
That's
the
in
LA
Compton.
riots.
Oh, okay.
That's where everything happened.
What I saw looked great. I wasn't
Basically, they just opened up a Walmart. One way in, one way out.
really.
How do you think that's going to turn out in a gang neighborhood? You have Compton neighborhood, you have Santana Block, and everyone else. How do you think that's about to turn out?
Probably
I
not
think,
very good.
I personally think
Wow.
that everyone will be respectful of one another.
Everyone will get along and
everyone will
hash
be like,
out their
I'm
differences.
Sorry, sir, you got to the stop sign first. Proceed.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was expecting something much different than what I experienced. That's all.
Yeah, no, you haven't went to Compton. Long Beach Boulevard, Compton.
Damn it.
I have a feeling that Dave would feel a lot safer in that neighborhood
Than he would in my neighborhood, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
That's what I was.
What
thinking the whole
neighborhood do
time.
you stay in?
I'm in the Chicagoland area. I kind of keep it vague on the show.
The suburb?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. I
But
totally
we are.
understand.
But we're all from Chicago proper.
I'm
But
from-
as we get older, we branch
I'm
out.
from
and-
Skokie, but I live in Chicago now.
Yeah.
We're just going to
I'm
send
from the
Dave
south
to
side
the
of
east
Chicago.
side Vegas.
Joe's from the north side of Chicago. Oscar's from the north side of Chicago. When we say Chicago, we mean Chicago, not a 45-minute suburb. But as you get older, you have children.
Oh,
I don't know
totally
if
understand.
you watch the news.
You got to keep your
Chicago's
privacy. You're going to get stalkers.
privacy, yeah, and we tend to branch out from Chicago when we get older with families because the city is just tearing itself apart right now.
I think my
And it's-
ultimate goal in life is to be murdered by somebody I had a Facebook argument with.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it might be Layloni.
Yeah.
Could it just be Messenger? Does it have to be Facebook proper?
But they're not going to be Facebook friends, so it's not going to be her.
Damn it.
But it's going to happen really soon.
I hope.
We
I
can,
hope not.
We can still message each other off Facebook without even being friends.
Yeah.
Facebook Messenger.
That's true.
So you could get your wish.
I guess.
In a roundabout way. Does that still
No,
apply?
don't say that because if you really do turn up murdered that way, then they're going to really look after me.
This podcast, all of a sudden, it's evidence. I'm getting hauled into court for you, Layloni.
Gosh. Damn it, Dave.
Sorry.
I want to tell the story. What happened when we were in Massachusetts at the gas station? You remember that with Dave? And I thought he was going to get murdered right then and there.
What did you do?
Oh, and he told.
Oh, I saw some guy mistreating his employee, a manager,
at a gas station.
And
yeah.
I basically told him, I told him to his face to stop being a fucking prick to his employees. Like, and he's like, what?
No,
High five.
That was good.
But that's not how it happened. Jay and I were at the register.
You didn't see it happen.
Yes, I did. I heard.
No. I walked into the. Okay, I walked in.
I heard a little, but
I walked into the place. The manager was by the shelf. There was a woman. She's down on the floor and she's putting chips on the shelf. Manager walks over and goes, "Right there, salted pretzels," and he like throws the bag down because she couldn't find the spot for it.
So then,
a few moments later, you guys were at the counter talking to him. Go ahead.
Okay, Jay and I talking. The guy making small talk. Oh yeah, you guys from Chicago, cool, whatever. Anyway, like, how you guys doing today? Dave walks up. Huh? How you guys doing today? He's like, you know what? You can go fuck yourself or whatever you said.
No, I said, I specifically like. He said something like, "Oh, you know, like something like, he said something like, I got an idea," or like something like that. And I'm like, "Hey, I got an idea. How about you stop being a fucking prick to your employees?"
That's what it was.
And then Jay and I looked at each other like, "What the hell happened?
You guys are looking at each other like, "What the hell's happening?" And he was like, "Huh? What? What?"
Dave don't put up with no shit.
And I was just like, "Yeah, you're fucking acting like an asshole to your employees. When I walked in here, you're screaming at that lady. Like, what the fuck is your problem,
man?" It's like,
yeah.
See, I should hang out with y'all more often. I like this.
Come on a haunted road trip with us.
Because what's he going to do? Like, he can't do anything. He's at work. What is he going to do? Jump over the
but you
counter
were in the
and fist fight
right.
me?
You were in the right.
Yeah.
So
That doesn't matter if people
And
are at work.
when I was doing stand-up comedy, I felt like...
It threw me off, though. He totally was in the right, but it definitely threw me off.
When I was doing stand-up comedy, I felt like it would be awesome to get a group of like comedians and improvisers together. Specifically, let's say a bunch of people work at a McDonald's and their boss is just a total prick, all right? So you have somebody go in as a difficult customer and just ream the manager in front of everyone and just make them like look like a little bitch.
So the idea was put out on this podcast. Is it kind of copywritten at this point?
No, not really.
No?
So if anyone wants to do that, go ahead. You know,
So does that mean you're going to be my difficult customer?
Someone might be.
So we could play it out?
Yeah.
And then we can copyright it?
It'll probably be difficult to something to the effect of like, yeah, I don't have any money, so
Hey, that works.
I'm gonna go. Is that cool?
But we are going to Rhyolite after this. It's a ghost town just a half hour from you.
How much would it cost?
Massive ghost town.
How much would it cost for you to come to a ghost town with us?
We're not allowed to leave here.
Oh, that's right.
You can't because
That's
it's unsafe. Y'all try
All right.
some crazy shit, especially
We'll
Dave.
give you. We will all pool together $37. We will give you a warm Coke from our trunk
57 cents.
and the rest of these spearmint Altoids.
Do we
that I
still
bought
have
at
the
gate.
sourdough bread in the trunk?
No, that's in the room.
All right.
Oh, you're cold, Dave. You're very cold.
I'm trying.
That's better than saying you were going to pay me in gum.
It's
Altoids.
So you guys collect up front before services are rendered, right?
Yes.
So there's never any people coming back and being like, "I'm not paying you." No, that can't happen here. Correct?
No.
Got it. I'm trying to think. of other stuff. Is it an hour and a half? Or did
personally?
Wow, that's great. This was great. I love it.
Layloni, have you personally ever had any sort of paranormal experience, like a weird psychic episode, a strange dream that came true, anything like that in your entire life? Have you ever had anything like that happen to you?
No.
You're a great guest.
I warned you ahead of time.
Layloni, I'm curious. What nationality are you?
I'm Hawaiian, Japanese, Portuguese, and white.
Okay, all right.
But Hawaiians are part Japanese, so like when you say Hawaiian, that's like you're.
I'm not
it makes
Samoan.
it makes you a little bit more extra Japanese, I think.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay.
Cool.
And how do you feel about Pearl Harbor?
Oh, this motherfucker.
Are you pro Pearl Harbor attack or con Pearl Harbor attack?
You know what? I'm pretty neutral on that.
Okay, so-
but how do you feel about it?
I feel like
Hey, you're taking my job, Layloni.
I feel like the Pearl Harbor attack was a hoax. It was made in a Hollywood studio with CGI
in a basement.
and that it was an inside job by the Bush administration.
So if we're going to talk Pearl Harbor,
First Bush administration.
how are you feeling about Trump with the KKK?
You know what? They're walking away. Here I go.
We have to stop the show now because
I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now that those guys.
She turned off his
She
mic.
turned off her
She
mic.
turned off his mic.
She's my favorite guest that we ever had. She's my
I gotta show her a picture of Dave.
We don't need to, this is audio podcasting. We should cut it there, yeah?
Yeah.
Say the words.
we're
Katie and I
good.
take us home, yeah? Say it.
Yeah, I did.
Layloni, I just want to say thank you for sitting with us and having such a great time. I'm with Oscar. I think you're probably one of our
My favorite. You're my favorite.
one of my favorite guests. Yeah.
All right.
Listeners, please make sure when you're in Nevada, we found out today it's
Nevada,
right?
Nevada.
The Spanish accent. When you're in Nevada, make sure and check out one of the cat house locations. Could you run down the locations for me by chance? I get them confused.
This one is the Alien Cat House in Agmarosa,
Oh, it's Amarosa. I was saying
Area
Armagosa.
51.
There's no
Okay, the Alien Cat House. And then
Isn't Amarosa
up
on
the street-
Trump's
up
staff?
the street you have Love Ranch, correct?
Yes, in Crystal, Nevada.
And what are the other ones? Do you know?
It's the Bunny Ranch and Sagebush and Kit Kat.
And those are all kind of scattered throughout the
Up north?
northern Nevada.
Yes.
Those are up
Okay.
by like Reno, right? Some of
Yes.
them,
So yeah, listeners, make sure to check it out. Tell them Supernatural Occurrence Studies sent you. Maybe something special will happen.
They
And then they'll
want
probably
a
be like,
Space
"What?"
Alien discount.
They want the Space Alien discount. Dennis Hof is going to come to my front door and say, "What did you offer?"
Nice.
Maybe I was joking about that part, listeners, but definitely check it out. Wonderful people, wonderful
Dennis
place, clean, safe, friendly, fun. Let Dave's Doot Doots take us out. Katie Knight, take us home.
Hello.
There we go.
Ah.
Sorry about that, man.
No, it's totally fine. It's fine now.
Yes. Happy New Year, man.
Fuck, that's right. Are you recording? Good. Happy New Year, you bitch.
Happy New Year. Are you recording? Good. Happy New Year, bitch.
Happy-
That's awesome.
what's with the cornrows?
Katie said it could be done. I said, no way. So she's like, let me try it. I said, fine.
Yeah, you have no life there, right? You're not going anywhere.
No, fuck no.
You can hide your hair.
I took it out though, because I woke up this morning and I looked like, well, I can't say.
And you got yourself a gun.
That's right.
Mama said that you'd be the chosen one. Yeah.
I woke up. It was the first of the month. Wake up, wake up. Remember that one?
No, I was thinking The Sopranos. I don't know what you were doing.
Oh, I was doing Bones, Thugs, and Harmony.
Oh my God, that's right. That came back. It just came back now. It's been 17.
No, she looked at my hair. She's like, yeah, your hair is long. I'm like, oh, it's not that long. She's like, I bet you I could braid it. I said, there's no way. Because I haven't had hair this long in probably 20 years.
Why don't you try it longer? You don't like it long? Is it
I'm
annoying?
going to now.
No, I'm saying in general. Why didn't you before?
Professional.
Oh, okay.
Just wanted to look more professional. That's all.
It's hard to look professional with long hair? I guess so. Right?
I mean,
even as I said that sentence, I regretted even asking.
Right. I'm going to do it now. I haven't had a haircut since March. I'm not going to get another haircut for long as I possibly can. I want long hair. See what it looks like.
Yeah. My only problem will be the sideburns stuff. But I guess if you have a lower razor, you can probably just fix that as you go.
Yeah, I'm way behind. Like, I need a shave bad.
Fucking hippie. That's okay. I mean, I don't haircut that much. I haircut once every 2 to 3 months, which is crazy for most people because like Roth does it every 3 weeks or something like that.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
he's more attuned to it. And I'm like, when it's starting to get annoying, it's when
Yeah, no. I would go 2 months, maybe 3 months.
Right.
Then I get a haircut. Even when trying to be professional, that was kind of my. I wasn't big into getting haircuts all the time.
Right. Me too.
But now that I saw it's long enough to be braided, now I'm even more pumped to keep it growing. Because I told Talia I was going to grow it out and then I was going to get complete cornrows and then go and fucking pick her up at school.
What'd you say?
Oh, she was freaked.
Is that because she thinks that you will actually do it?
Oh, I'd do it. Dude, I don't give a shit.
I mean, for example, like I have this reputation and at work or with friends or whatever.
Yeah.
Where like if they say like, you know, let's say I'm just playing, I don't know what, I can't think of an example. Let's say at work, you know, someone's carrying some dishes. I'll pretend to like slap them down. I'm just playing around. Right? I'm not gonna slap them down, but I'll pretend. And like, I swear to God, if you do it, like, don't you fucking do that, and I just drop them all, because they told me, they egged me on, so I'm like, fuck you, go watch them again.
That's like a double dog dare.
Right, don't do that, because I will do it. So I'll point the whip cream at them and like, don't you dare. I'm like, you fucked up. You know?
I mean, because of the people at school, I would care less, but it would probably upset Talia, so I won't. But
I mean,
that's the only reason.
She's a teen/preteen, whatever. So everything is upsets her that you do.
Oh, absolutely. So, everything's annoying.
There's no winning, so might as well just lose all the time.
But I'm going to do it. I'm going to get complete cornrows going down my head. It's going to be great. Last night. And binge watched the entire season of Cobra Kai 3.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just great.
You and Luke.
It is just fantastic. Yeah, I saw that.
Looked at that and he was like, when is season 4 dropping? I'm like,
I know.
Season 3 just dropped. What are you talking about?
They actually dropped it early. It was supposed to come out later and they put it up to the first.
It's even worse.
It's so good. It's great. It's great. Just great.
In one sitting, right?
Me, Katie, and Nico stayed up till 3:00.
Yikes! Wow.
During the last 2 episodes, he's like, "Can't we just save this for tomorrow?" I'm like, "No. I need to know what happens." Allie. I need to know what happens with Allie.
I've only seen half of the first season.
So wonderful.
I was interested, but I just never got back to it.
Then, of course, tonight we watched Karate Kid Part 2 because there were characters.
The return.
The karateing. There were characters in season 3 of Cobra Kai that reference Part 2. So Nico wanted to see that.
Yeah.
And people never, when they talk about the good guys, the Force, they never include Mr. Miyagi in these conversations. And Miyagi is just the epitome of pure awesomeness, pure goodness.
Yes, are you talking about like in love in terms of like the wise, right, factor?
Just the wise, the peace, the knowledge, the fighting.
He's definitely like
wonderful.
He's like I mean, he's not American because the actor is Japanese and he's playing Chinese, right, or something. But he's in America, so I would guess I would call, and it's an American movie, so I guess it's like an earthbound American Yoda.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like a Yoda type.
He's wonderful. He's a wonderful man. It's sad he's gone.
He is beyond reproach. You can't like.
Yes.
You can never fault him for anything. They're just
you
like
can't.
the Yoda character. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of Serpent Mound, last week or the week before, Severo sent me a text, and it was Christian people, like right-wing Christian people, attacking these Native Americans. Right? Native Americans were trying to do a ceremony, and these crazy right-wing Christians came in and just started just acting just complete assholes to these Indians, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Spiro's like, look how disgusting, and it was so aggravating to watch. And right at the end, I see it. I see the platform. I'm like, that looks really familiar. So I rewind the video and I play it again. I'm like, son of a bitch, that's Serpent Mound. So I wrote him back right away. I'm like, dude, I've been to this place. So the Indians from the area were at Serpent Mound trying to do their ceremonies. It's their fucking land. Their land.
Yeah,
and
their land that they allow us to visit. It's not like
the
other way around, right?
Exactly. And then these Christians just come out of nowhere.
But why do they give a fuck? It's not a Christian thing.
Exactly.
Is it because it's a snake?
They were just trying to prove a point. I have no idea. It was so
infuriating. They don't have anything better to think of? Like, Jesus.
I know. So infuriating. But when I wrote, I'm like, dude, that's Serpent Mound. We've all been there. We stood on that platform there. He was pretty impressed by that. Anyway.
Dude, that's so
I hate people.
I hate people.
It was infuriating.
That's the end. That's that lesson. Just need a drink. I just finished my eggnog.
Did you?
Goodbye eggnog till
next year. I have about yay much left of the. I'm just gonna call it horchata because I forgot what you call it.
Coquito.
Coquito. I have about yay much left, and I have about that much left. Probably half a jar of your apple. I'll call it the apple Jolly Rancher limoncello.
Yes, right. Yeah, so I brought over for Matt's on my birthday. I brought over the regular limoncello I made. I made just like classic, right? I brought it over and just to have them taste tested.
Yeah.
And they were like, I could use a lot more. Probably not a lot more, but like more lemon. I'm like, okay, I can probably put another.
So fuck you. You make it then.
Yeah,
I would have left. Did you? Sorry,
that would have gone well.
Did you try Katie's apple pie yet?
They're all done. It's all done. I drank it all.
Are you serious?
Drank the whole thing. All 3 things.
Did you like the caramel one?
Yeah.
That is my new absolute favorite. I think that is so fucking good.
It is so good. I drank the whole fucking thing. Lexi wanted some. I managed to share some.
Oh,
but
nice.
Ultimately, I didn't want to.
Well, good. I'm glad you liked it. Excellent.
Very, very dangerous too, because you don't feel it at all until you feel it.
Especially the caramel one.
Yeah.
You cannot taste the alcohol. It just tastes like liquid caramel, and it catches you fast. All of a sudden, like on Christmas Eve, my cheeks were flushed red. I was sweating. Like, holy shit.
Really? Damn.
But I also killed a whole bottle of wine by myself. So,
not surprised.
Yeah. I did it on Christmas and on New Year's. I finished a bottle of wine, opened it, and finished it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wish I could like wine the way others do. I can't do
You got to find the right one. Because I did not like red wine at all. I wasn't into it. Everyone made fun of me, especially Severo and Tony. They always laughed because I wanted white wine. Found good red.
Why is white wine like a subpar wine?
Italians are red wine. They go red. And I couldn't do it. Hated it. But I found one that I really liked. Man, love it.
Now you buy it in bulk.
Yes. Actually, I bought a box of wine yesterday.
I was kidding.
So it's really funny because everyone laughs at boxes of wine, right? Cheap. And yeah, prices.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant. I just meant you bought a bigger version of what normal people buy.
Yes. My uncle's like a wine connoisseur, and he's like, Jay, you got to try this. It's called Nighthawk. And he had me at Nighthawk. But he's like, it's in a box. It's COVID times. Everyone's careful on money. He's like, what you spend for 3 bottles of wine, you get in a box for $19, and it's really good. I'm like, damn, if it's coming from you, all right. So I went out and got it.
Right, from a wine connoisseur, you imagine some sort of snobby precedent of never having it in a box, right?
Absolutely.
It's like getting whiskey from a bottle, a plastic bottle, right?
Yes.
It's like that for me.
Right? Yes. And so I was at the store. I'm like, son of a bitch, there's Nighthawk. And he was right, $19. And it has about the equivalent of 3 bottles. Mm-hmm. So I'm right off the bat, I'm saving tons of money. And it's good. It's good red wine.
I don't think I like any wine. Not a Riesling, not a white.
Not even a Riesling, huh?
No, I don't. Okay, like I've drank them before when I'm drank them.
Drank did.
Yeah, grammar police.
Woo, pulled over.
Sound like the beginning of a porn. Yeah, I don't. I've drank them in places or parties or people give them to me, and sometimes I say, okay, fine. And I like the initial taste of it, but I never like a second or a third sip, much less any further than that. I just don't. I don't know. It just feels like I don't know.
No, I get it.
Describe it. I can't describe it. I don't know why I don't like them, but I would love to find one that I like. I would love to find that. That way, I can just be the guy that knows that brand and knows that what the one he likes. And I can just bring to it. Right.
That's right.
I don't have to worry about because people are much pickier about like what you bring to a thing, versus wine. Because I'm at the age where I could just everyone in my age drinks wine. So it's not a big fucking deal. But yeah, I can't just bring beer to I don't know. I can't bring wine to a keg party, but I can bring, beer to whatever. Fucking society.
It's stupid society.
Yeah, stupid society. This is not a real issue, by the way. I just no. Anyway, but yeah. I want to find one.
Cool. Took me 43 years. Sweet. Thank you.
So I noticed a bit of hesitation. Did you not want me to mention the butt plug?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't going to bring it up because I didn't want to spoil it. But since you brought it up, no, not at all. Since you brought it up, I
keep forgetting. I don't know. Did we mention it on the show? That was happening?
Yes, we did.
Oh, we did. Okay, I wasn't sure about that. That's the one thing I don't remember.
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah, we did.
Dude, I still have the very vivid image of her sitting on my lap with it. That's very. I'm gonna die on my deathbed remembering that one.
I thought you were when you said they kept trying to sell us. I thought you were gonna go all the way.
No.
Okay. I wasn't gonna say it. I was gonna let
that's
you say
not
it.
just that's not for like my like stake or credibility. It's just like I don't want to make it easy for opinions of others to enforce upon me for any reason out there.
Understood. That's why I wouldn't.
Right.
If you were gonna say it, I was gonna let you say it.
I did notice your face changed from that one too, but I wasn't gonna mention it. Yeah.
Got it.
No. And as if it doesn't help Nexi that I keep mentioning in that fucking episode.
Oh yeah.